We are live right before first pitch here in Alexandria, Virginia. The T-Bolts are playing a doubleheader versus the Aces on the road. Game 1 is at 5 o'clock. Radio broadcast here to kick off the day, and then we'll try and get a camera up and running for you guys at home. And Jonah Acosta will lead things off in right field. I believe his first start as an outfielder. He'll take strike one. I'm Patrick Moran alongside Sam Bergstrom here today. We'll be hearing from Brian Alves throughout the broadcast as well. In both games 1 and 2, we'll bring all of the action here as Acosta cuts and misses over a pitch for strike 2. Starting pitcher is Will Vieira for the Aces as they rock the navy blues and the T-Bolts in the royal blues. So blue on blue matchup as the count goes 1 and 2.
Yep, Vieira in his last outing against the Senators went 4 innings, allowed 2 hits and 1 earned run come across.
That is swung on and missed strike 3 by Acosta. And to start off this game, the T-Bolts will quickly have an out on the board.
Yeah, just blew that one right by Acosta there. Got swinging on a fastball on the second pitch. And Vieira went back to that same fastball. Got Acosta fishing. That'll bring up Cam Baker.
Last time these two teams met, the T-Bolts took it 20-0 in 7 innings, possibly the best game of the entire season. Cam Baker, the number 2 hitter, as he hits one out to right field. But the right fielder, Jack Warner, tracks it for out number 2.
Yeah, and in that game, Patrick, on June 15th, in the 20-0 blowout, the Thunderbolts, they had 12 hits, drew 12 walks, of course, as you said, put up the 20 runs. And that game, it really came out of nowhere. The Thunderbolts seamlessly, they flipped the switch after a 4-game losing streak, came back in that makeup match to do demolition against Alexandria. And they have a pair of aces they have to play today, as this game is just game 1 of a 2 7-inning game doubleheaders.
Third hitter Gabe Pegues will kick off his at-bat by taking ball 1. Joey King waiting on deck in case it gets to him in this inning, or if he has to lead off the top of the second. Vieira deals. Swung on and missed strike 2. Or strike 1, pardon.
Yeah, Pegues was on a...
Pegues, the center fielder here in this one, out of Lynchburg University, D3 program. He will take strike 2.
Pegues was on a 4-game hit streak coming in to yesterday's game at Olney at First Responder Field, but unfortunately went 0 for 4 with a strikeout, looking to bounce back today.
The area's got a nice first inning working here so far. And Pegues taps it back to the mound. It goes past the glove of Vieira. Second baseman charges in on it. And Pegues beats it out. A really nice job there.
Apparently the stream wasn't coming up, so I'm restarting it. Should be working. I don't know why it's not. Okay, yeah, we're gonna try to get it updated right now. Sorry. Oh, that's why it says private for some reason.
Come on, dude.
Sorry. Almost done. But yeah, for some reason it was privated.
That's too bad.
I'll fix it. You can fix the record after we do this. I just need to get this live. Yeah, here we go. Should hopefully work once we get this up now. Okay.
Good.
I think it should be good. I'll look it up on my phone. Yep, it's live now. You guys are good.
T-Bolts here in the top of the first. Sorry for a technical issue on our end here in Alexandria at Frank Mann Field. I'm Patrick Moran alongside Sam Bergstrom bringing you the action in this doubleheader. The T-Bolts quickly got 2 outs in the top of the first. That was a really nice effort from the Aces backstop, Schroden Lechenberg.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira with the wild pitch, but here in Alexandria at Frank Mann Field, not a lot of room between home plate and the backstop, so Ketchenberg able to make a quick pounce on the ball and prevent Pegues from coming home, who was sitting at third. The 2 outs here in the first inning.
Pitch on its way. Joey King takes outside. King had a phenomenal grab in Olney, Maryland yesterday at First Responder Field.
Boy, what a grab it was.
Didn't even know it was him when the catch was first made. Didn't realize he came in for Caleb Sturdivant as he swings and misses at strike 3. Gabe Pegues, after an infield single, was able to scurry around the bases all the way to third, but he does not score. As you mentioned, Sam, that backstop is shallow, so you got to be careful on those wild pitches and how much you want to take on the base paths. T-Bolts are blanked in the top of the first. We'll go to the bottom, but first, a word from our sponsors.
Tacoma Torch. The Tacoma Torch, founded in 2019, brings laughter and a sense of fun to residents in Tacoma Park in the DMV. The Tacoma Torch features satirical articles about the region that those with a sense of humor can appreciate. Send a headline or idea their way to tacomatorch@gmail.com and watch what they do with it. The Tacoma Torch is on the web at tacomatorch.com. Tacoma Torch, a proud sponsor of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring is the best chicken in the world because it uses peri peri sauce. From chicken on the bone to wraps and sandwiches, along with salads and veggie options, Nando's is your go-to choice for great food. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
And as we mentioned, as we have mentioned plenty of times on this broadcast, to add on to that Nando Peri Peri Chicken ad read, they are offering a promotion on Monday, June 29th. I believe that is roughly a week from now. And 40% of purchases from 4 to 9 p.m. at Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on that address will go to this T-Bolt squad. Use the code NANDOS2026 when purchasing online. Or if you go to the restaurant, if you use that code, it still applies. So please make sure to support the Thunderbolts if you are going out to eat on June 29th. Bringing the community together. 40% of the fundraising proceeds will go to the T-Bolts. Speaking of which, they take the field for the bottom of the first. Here in a 7-inning game 1 of 2 for the doubleheader. T-Bolts fans are showing out. We absolutely love it. Them making the drive from Silver Spring or the local areas. Colin Gibbs makes this fantastic play. He's out. An unbelievable play from Colin Gibbs as he goes to the backhand side, throws across his body and across the diamond, quite frankly, to Connor Fricky, who manages to hold the base on the other end of that throw.
Beautiful play by Gibbs. He's been really hot at the dish. Has had a hit in 4 of his first 5 games with the T-Bolts, but there makes a nice grab on the ground ball, moving to his left, and is able to fire to Fricky, who made a nice lunge at first base to just get the runner out. And there's one away here in the bottom of the first.
So Griffin Roussel. I don't know why I was thinking of Griffin Pouvel for a second, but Roussel, 1 pitch, 1 out for the right-hander. His last time out was in Bethesda, Maryland in the breakfast baseball matchup. 10 a.m. at Shirley Povich Field. And I think something that sticks out to me is that he really does a great job of showing up on his start days, getting in early. Andre gets his proper warm-up as he fires ball 1 to the second hitter, Jackson Scrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I was able to talk to Roussel before the game. He said the number one thing he's looking to do is just keep building, keep getting better every day. As you said, last time he pitched was on June 14th. He's had 6 days of rest, so he's feeling good out here. He's looking to utilize that fastball and splitter.
His next pitch was a ball, but he gets a strike in there. Running the count to 2-1. Roussel puts the glove kind of on his left shoulder in the chin area, if you've ever seen that on a pitcher. So he winds and deals. That'll be a ball just low.
Roussel had a really good outing against Bethesda. 3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. Allowed just 1 hit as he fires in a strike there.
Scrow takes strike 2, running the count full. And in search of out number 2. Looks like he'll get it. Matthew Kim plays it, scoops it with his glove, and an easy fire on a first for the second baseman. And Roussel is working nicely here, pitching to contact, getting the ground balls for out number 2.
And for Roussel, this is only his second start of the season, actually. He made his first appearance against Gaithersburg in a relief appearance. Struck out 5 against the Giants on June 9th on the road.
There's strike 1 into Hunter White, who is at first base today. He'll take the first ball of the at-bat. Roussel quickly has 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It is a 0-0 ball game. That is swung on and missed for strike 2. White coming out of West Liberty University in the Mountain East Conference. He is a finance major in college, native of Hagerstown, Maryland.
Let's see if the finance major can cash in at this at-bat.
There you go. We love good puns around here. The 2-2 with 2 outs on its way. Roussel gets him to pop up. It appears to be going out of play, though, and it does. Right near the Aces bullpen, but over the fence it goes. Take the next pitch downstairs, running the count full. White saw his most playing time at West Liberty as he takes ball 4. Started all 46 games he appeared in, had 9 homers. A great season for him in the Mountain East Conference, and a great plate appearance as he draws ball 4. Next man up is Daniel McGinnis, who has been a absolute standout so far this summer in the Ripken League. Takes a pitch just inside for ball 1. And that is a little bit downstairs for ball 2.
Yeah, McGinnis, the Alexandria native, 14 games thus far this season, batting .453, which leads the Ripken League.
He has been fantastic. Probably the best player on the Aces. He taps one. Colin Gibbs is going to have to charge in on it. He plays it on a hop, and he is out. Colin Gibbs showing out at shortstop here in this one, picking up Griffin Roussel, and he gets through a first inning appearance with no hits, only 1 runner left on base, and 0 runs allowed. We'll go to the top of the second here at Frank Bann Field. The Alexandria Aces hosting the T-Bolts for a doubleheader. But first, a word from our sponsors.
United Therapeutics. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring develops pharmaceuticals and technologies that help patients in need of organ transplantation. United Therapeutics is guided by principles of always striving to do the right thing and relentlessly pushing to always do better. As a result, the company was included among America's best companies by Forbes magazine. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkway Deli. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring has been dishing up deli classics since 1963. The Parkway Deli is a family business, and their family loves to bring great food and service to yours. The Parkway Deli is open 7 days a week, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
So some reminders here in Game 1 of the doubleheader between the Alexandria Aces and the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Each of these games, I believe, will go 7 innings in an effort to preserve these baseball players having to play 2 games today. And we have a radio-style show here in Game 1. I believe we're going to try and get a camera fired up for Game 2. To lead off this inning, it'll be Mason Keller, the catcher out of Frostburg State, followed by Connor Fricky and Colin Gibbs. First pitch from Will Vieira is just upstairs for ball 1. Gallagher has been fantastic on the summer circuit here for the T-Bolts. Making an impact. Him and Kai Schmelzer have been a excellent catching tandem. It's fouled off by the backstop.
Yeah, Schmelzer, of course, with the RBI ground out yesterday against Olney. That was awesome defensively as well. Made a really nice catch in the 9th inning on a high pop-up.
He will take strike 2. Keller was a freshman this past spring with the Frostburg State Bobcats, a native of Marlton, New Jersey. He's a first-team all-conference player back in high school. As he fists that one over to second base, kind of a flop from Ricky Barnes, kind of a tough read for him. But regardless, he makes a nice diving catch for out number 1.
Yeah, great catch by Barnes there. Obviously doing a good job not losing the ball. Bit of a weird trajectory there. As you said, he fisted it. Was able to put it away for 1 out.
Next man up is Connor Fricky. And the first thing that stands out about him is his height.
Oh, without a doubt. And you can see, Fricky, he has a bit of an interesting stance where he crouches down. You got to think maybe he's trying to get to the ball a bit quicker with a shorter swing.
I would think so. Trying to compact his long levers a little bit more as he takes ball 2. Ahead in the count, a hitter's count, 2-0. He once again takes the ball inside.
Fricky 6'5", 215, rising senior at Babson University. Excuse me, Babson College, that is.
He's hit really well since coming to the T-Bolts. He will take strike 1. No reason to swing that pitch there. The 3-1 on its way is going to miss for ball 4. So Connor Fricky draws his walk. He's going to put the shortstop Colin Gibbs in a position to potentially move him over or drive a run in on a ball well struck.
Yeah, Gibbs, one of the hottest hitters on this team. Of course, had the 2 hits yesterday against Olney. And those 2 hits accounted for 5 of the total team hits, actually. And as we said before, made a very nice sliding catch at shortstop.
And the first pitch is right in there for strike 1. Colin Gibbs, Peter pointed out yesterday on the broadcast in Olney that he is committed to the University of Delaware after hitting the transfer portal. So he's going to be a Blue Hen next season in the Conference USA. That's fouled away. For Colin Gibbs. Spent 2 years at the University of Maryland College Park with the Terrapins. Now he is on to the next chapter in his baseball career. Also went to St. John's College High School, a very well-regarded private school competing in baseball. Probably the best there is, in my opinion. He'll take ball 1. And St. John's was a school in my high school's conference, DeMatha Catholic High School, and they just ran the table, in my opinion. That is kind of caught out in front by Colin Gibbs, and he's going to reach first base, so he is moving the runner station to station. And just like that, the T-Bolts are even further in business with runners on first and second.
Talk about running the table. Gibbs with a perfect approach there, just tapping it out between the 6-5 hole, able to squeeze a hit. All of a sudden, runners on first and second.
Great opportunity for the T-Bolts to plate some runs. Now Sam Camacho will stand in. Camacho, rocket number 5 out of Clarion University. D2 school up in Pennsylvania. Fouls that one away for strike 1. And you, of course, we keep mentioning it. You did a feature article on him and Jonah Acosta, the 2 Miami guys. And if you have not read that article, please go check it out by Sam Bergstrom. Did a great job putting that together. Read it the other day. It was very well done. So he did an excellent job. The 0-1 will be just outside for a ball. Sticks on the board to Camacho. Not to mention that he is a rising sophomore, so he's already looking like a rock-solid baseball player on the physical frame, and now, you know, he's only going to get better as he faces more college competition, or gets more reps, I should say, as that goes in for ball 2.
Yeah, Camacho was a redshirt freshman at the University of North Florida, ended up transferring to Clarion, and unfortunately suffered a season-ending shoulder injury, so did not see any game action in his freshman year.
He'll take ball 3. Way ahead in the count.
And you can definitely see how that may be impacting him this season, as he's only batting 156 in 9 games played. It just shows, you know, how difficult it can be for these guys to really get back into the groove.
I think it's good that he's getting the reps back out here on the summer circuit.
No doubt about it.
And that is thrown away. Kind of some miscommunication from the starter, Will Vieira. He went back to second base on a pickoff move. And Connor Frick is able to come around and score.
Yeah, a bit of a double wild pitch there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Looked like they threw it away on the pickoff attempt, and then when they tried to, as Fricky moved to third, Gibbs moved to second, they threw it home in anticipation that Fricky might come home, and it seemed to skip away from the catcher, which then enabled Fricky to frolic all the way to home plate. And just like that, it's 1-0 T-Bolts.
And that all was generated from a misread pickoff move. So Camacho now has an opportunity to drive in the second run as he fouls it away. Count goes full. And again, that just all stemmed from a misthrow. Nobody was covering second base on the pickoff attempt. So Connor Fricky went to third, and then as you mentioned, they went home with it, anticipating that the runner might try for it. And instead, that throw got away as Camacho drills it out to center field. This might be a tag up. Brad Larson fires it in, and it's going to be Colin Gibbs scoring, standing up. So the T-Bolts take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second, taking advantage of some errors made in the field by the DC Grays defense.
You saw in the last game, of course, last night against Olney, there were a lot of missed throws. In fact, I believe Matthew Kim was the beneficiary of 2 failed pickoff attempts and was able to advance upon the bases.
First pitch into Matthew Kim, right on cue, is at the plate. I'm sure that's why you mentioned it. He takes strike one. But you're correct, Sam. He got 2 bases on 1 overthrow. I've seen a lot on baseball fields, but I have not seen that. That pitch was in the dirt for ball 1. Bases are now clean with 2 outs. A 1-1 count on Matthew Kim. T-Bolts up 2-0. Kim, the number 9 hitter here in today's game, starting at second base. Unfortunately, there's kind of a hole to fill. David Vazzo suffered season-ending injury with some back issues. Kim takes strike 2.
Yeah, and General Manager Dick O'Connor, he said that was one of the problems last year with this team, was that they really had a tough time defending up the middle because there were so many injuries. And unfortunately, as Yogi Berra would once said, it's deja vu all over again for the T-Bolts.
That pitch is in the dirt, ball 2.
But I will say Colin Gibbs has done an excellent job filling in for Vazzo at shortstop, and he's definitely shown off the leather thus far this evening.
I think it just opens up more opportunities for guys to get playing time. You think about Matthew Kim, maybe he's a plug-and-play guy, but now he's getting more of everyday reps. And Colin Gibbs, as you mentioned, has transitioned seamlessly into this infield. That pitch is upstairs. Matthew Kim has to bend, I should say, over the plate.
Yeah, Kim's jaw dropped a little bit on that one. Ran quite inside, but I'm sure he's happy about the full count right now.
Of course, the trademark of his is no batting gloves as he pops it up. The infield coming in, it'll be on the first base side, and Hunter White tracks it down for a infield pop out. So the T-Bolts have had every hitter come to the plate so far in this game. They'll come up with 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third, and the Aces will look to get the 2 runs back here in the bottom of the second. But Sam will bring you a word from our sponsors before that.
Silver Spring Jewelers. Silver Spring Jewelry is Washington area's only complete jewelry store with a staff of 13 jewelry associates and 8 goldsmiths. Now in 3 locations in Tacoma Park, White Oak, and Silver Spring. Family owned and operated since 1971, specializing in diamonds, custom engagement rings, repairs, engraving, and cash for gold. Go to silverspringjewelers.com for more information. Silver Spring Jewelry, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Sky Point believes banking should be easy to understand, personalized, and focused on making the community a better place. Whether opening your first account or planning your future, Sky Point has the financial tools to help you hit out of the park. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Visit Sky Point's branch in Silver Spring. More at skypointfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing leader.
So here in this 7th inning matchup between the T-Bolts and the Aces, everything is kind of shortened. So the T-Bolts take an early 2-0 lead, and the Aces don't have as much time to get that back as they may want. And I wonder, Sam, is that going to make Brock Hunter and the rest of the coaching staff be more bullish on the starters to maybe have some guys go further into the ballgame than they normally would?
Well, you know, you saw with Zach Bordner yesterday. He went 4 innings, and that's a guy as
hitter is hit by the pitch. That's
the leadoff hitter.
DH Matthew Pazak. Leadoff man is on for the Giants. So yeah, the pitching just interesting to monitor today. They do have a doubleheader. They have to go back at it after 7 innings here in this one. But there's definitely more pieces to place, per se, as that is rocketed the opposite way by Jack Warner, who's out in right field for this game. And just like that, the Aces are pretty much carbon copying what the T-Bolts did in the top half of this inning. They have runners on first and second of their own, and now they got a chance to get back in this ballgame quickly. So a really nice left-handed swing from Jack Warner. Griffin Roussel is going to have to work through some traffic now. Schroden Lechenberg will stand in. He takes strike one. Roussel rocking the number 11 on the mound. He checks second base twice. That pitch is outside near the other batter's box. 4-1. So Roussel coming out of Point Park University. The bunt is attempted by the backstop. It is fouled away though. Connor Fricky came so far in from first base that he basically aligned with the mound. One, two, nobody out. Runners on first and second. 2-0 T-Bolts here in this one. Game one of a doubleheader. Roussel looks and fires. Fouled off once again. We will run it back. 1-2 count.
And this is a dangerous position that the Thunderbolts have found themselves in multiple times this season, where a couple of runners get off to lead things off, and then the walks start to come and the errors add on to it. We'll see if Roussel can keep his composure on the mound here.
We'll throw that one just low for ball two. His last time out, as I mentioned, was against the Bethesda Big Train. He threw 3 innings, only allowing 1 hit. 4 runs allowed, but one of which was earned. 3 Ks in that game as well. Now the count runs full on Lechenberg.
Roussel seeming to go with that splitter a couple times in this at-bat.
Once again is fouled off. 3-2. Lechenberg really fighting for his at-bat here. Full count on its way. It's a little bit down low for ball 4. Now the bases are loaded with nobody out. The Alexandria Aces in a prime-time spot to put some runs on the board, and Brock Cunner's going to go have a word with his right-hander.
You see Hunter and Roussel up there talking on the mound. Of course, yesterday, head coach Brock Hunter was ejected for the first time this season, and it seemed that after that ejection, Patrick, this team really got fired up, and guys in the dugout were just supporting their teammates with the most passion you've seen probably all season long. I mean, It seemed like every time a player laid off a ball, you could just hear screams from the dugout. Players were hollering niche nicknames at one another, and I asked Roussel, you know, if Hunter getting ejected might have sparked that fire, and he said, you know, the fire is always there for us, but, you know, when a coach gets ejected over a call that we disagree with, it definitely helps.
These T-Bolts are trying to ignite some passion in whichever way possible, and you talk about how there was so much energy yesterday. Things are already heating up. Braden Featheroff was trying to do the national anthem standoff, but the umps were having none of it, and Brock Hunter would have been ejected if things went south in that situation. So when things maybe aren't going your way 100%, you got to find a way to put that chip on your shoulder.
Without question.
Single pitch from Roussel. It's ball 2 into Noah Harvey, who's getting the start at third.
Harvey, a real speed threat out of Richmond. At one point led the Ripken League in stolen bases this season.
1-1 on the way from Roussel. That is tapped foul. Trickles down to the Aces dugout. Roussel will take a minute to step off the mound. Got to find a way to make this situation a little more manageable. That is fouled off by Harvey once again. And it appears that Leichenberg has his designated runner for today. It's going to be Elijah Grant over at first base. So a reminder about those rules. The Ripken League has implemented that system for catchers. You can establish who is going to be that guy the rest of the game. Roussel's pitch upstairs for ball 2. And so one player is designated as the runner for the catcher. And if that player comes into the game, you lose that, perk. And the count goes full for Roussel. Got the glove on the shoulder once again. Nowhere to put him. The pitch is grounded up the middle. Colin Gibbs looks like he's going to write a double play himself, and he will. The T-Bolts will trade the run for the 2 outs in this case, as Griffin Roussel generates a huge ground ball double play. He's 6'3", Colin Gibbs taking command of the infield here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, we mentioned before, Gibbs made a spectacular play at shortstop in the first inning, and he's just carrying this defense right about now.
That one is tapped foul. Number 9 hitter Ricky Barnes, who's already seen some action at second, and field his position at a high level. Now we'll get a chance to hit. Barnes coming out of Blackhawk College. He pops it up on the infield. It's called by Colin Gibbs. That is his 4th play of the day. And he gets the T-Bolts off the field just like that. So a bases loaded, no out situation for the DC Grays. Alexandria Aces only gets them 1 run. Griffin Roussel coming through in some big spots. And the T-Bolts bats will go back to work, trying to add on to their lead in the top of the 3rd.
Ben Norkin Architecture. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Ave in Tacoma Park, Maryland. A proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. AFI Silver Theater. The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from black and white era as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
Well, Sam, Griffin Roussel did a great job to manage traffic and, get out of a tough situation, only allowing 1 run. I think that is a victory along the margins, as we'd call it. What do you think you saw from him in that inning and just the poise in a bases-loaded, no-out situation?
Well, I said as the bases were loaded that something the Thunderbolts struggle with is, starting to issue bases-loaded walks, committing errors, and, just getting a little shaky. But Roussel was calm as a cucumber out there, Patrick. I mean, obviously he got some help from Colin Gibbs over at short, but overall, great job to escape trouble there and only limit the Aces to 1 run.
So the lineup will turn over. It is Jonah Acosta, who was also in that feature article you did. He takes ball 1. The man of speed. He's near the top of the Ripken League in the stolen base department, as well as an average over 300. He'll foul that one off for a strike.
And what's interesting is Acosta, normally an infielder, has seen action at second, short, and third base, is playing right field today for the Thunderbolts.
The 1-1 on its way to Acosta. He will ground it up the middle. That one's going to be a base hit. Ricky Barnes really being put to the test. Acosta takes a hard turnaround first base. And just like that, the T-Bolts have the leadoff man on. And Acosta being a threat to steal. His 9 stolen bases are tied for second in the league behind Donis Rodriguez, who we saw the Olney Cropdusters last night. He has 11. The only player in the league to have double-digit steals already on the season. Hitting second, Cam Baker out of Indian River College. We'll take a ball upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, that hit's got to feel good for Acosta, of course. Struck out swinging his first at-bat on the heater, but was able to line one back up the middle.
Baker waits on the 1-0. The runner goes. Acosta will be safe. And now Donis Rodriguez has company. Jonah Acosta picks up his 10th steal of the season, reaches the double-digit mark. And now there are 2 players who have 2 digits in the steal category.
Yeah, Acosta, the Miami man, surfing into second. Bit of a nonchalant slide, was able to just pop right back up after coasting in there.
Bringing the Miami vibes to Silver Spring, and he's going to take off for third. Went crashing in to the hot corner like a wave, as some might say. We can make Miami jokes all day about Acosta, but we love it. Love that the Florida kid is up here for the spring. You can hear why in your article that you wrote on him. And he is a Heat fan, which we learned recently. Cam Baker has to dodge a bullet coming from the area. He did make a jersey bet we've talked about a little bit on the air with our social media guy, Nick Ronholm. And, of course, the Knicks 1-5. The NBA Finals, and Acosta wore a Josh Hart jersey in BP. Josh Hart, a player on the Knicks currently, as well as a Silver Spring native. Cam Baker fouls it away.
Yes, sir, Wheaton High School.
And DeMatha. I think he transferred into my high school, DeMatha Catholic. So, shout out. Full count pitch on Baker. Can he shake and bake? Waits in a full count. He will hammer that one up the middle. That's going to be a single. Jonah Acosta has no problem taking his sweet time strolling home. And just like that, the T-Bolts claim a 2-run lead once again. It is now 3-1 in favor of Silver Spring-Takoma. So Baker getting settled in. The Baker is bacon. And you can insert whatever pastry you want in there, whatever you can bake. But Baker with a shake and bake single.
We're certainly baking out here. It's 87 degrees today in Alexandria, Virginia.
Got to watch out for the heat in our equipment. Luckily, this is only a 7-inning game, so maybe we'll have more luck than we did in Bethesda. The audio mixer's feeling good right now. And Baker's going to take off. He's got some speed of his own. He is safe. So the T-Bolts running wild on the base paths. They are pushing the envelope to the best of their ability, and just like that, the T-Bolts are eyeing a 4th run.
Baker able to use the speed there, steal a 7th bag of the year, just trailing Acosta's 9. Well, I suppose he has 10 now.
Yeah.
Steal earlier.
Pegues hits a fly ball to shortstop. Jackson Scrow able to backpedal and camp under it for out number 1. Cam Baker remains on second. I mean, you said that he's got 7 stolen bases on the year. I was going to say that if he got here a little bit earlier, maybe he'd be at the top of the stolen base power, or the not power rankings, but leaderboard. But he's having no problem making up the ground. Next man up is Joey King, who's hitting cleanup here in this one. He'll take strike 1.
Yeah, Baker made his debut June 9th at Gaithersburg. Wasted no time getting 2 hits that day, and since then he's just been such a reliable bat for this T-Bolt squad.
King swings over a breaking ball for strike 2. A sophomore out of St. Olaf's College. Such a fun college name up in Minnesota.
And I absolutely love the passion that Joey King plays with. You know, I was, standing next to the Thunderbolts dugout for much of the latter part of last night's game against Olney, and King had a couple frustrating at-bats, and he really seemed to be upset with the result. And, you know, you love to see when players have such a fiery emotion for the game they love. You know, they want to hold themselves accountable to play well for their team. And King, who's been, head coach Brock Hunter said that this guy has been really impressing. He's gotten hits in his last 5 games. He's certainly looking to get off to a hot start here tonight in Alexandria.
Not to mention he had that unbelievable home run robbery, which I'm stapling as the play of the year. I don't really care what anyone says. I want to make that known until proven otherwise. As Joey King takes ball 1. That was just a phenomenal catch made, and how he got the glove in a perfect spot on the wall and brought it back to save a couple of runs. The 1-2 on its way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Joey King misses another breaking ball. Or I shouldn't say misses. He did tip it into the mitt, but the backstop for the Aces, Lechenberg, able to hang on to it for out number 2.
Yeah, slithery slider there from Will Vieira on the pitcher's count, 1 and 2. Clearly had a comfortable feel for King's approach and able to punch him down on strikes there.
It's Mason Kelleher's turn now, hitting .433, the 4th best mark in the Ripken League. 2 spots behind Daniel McGinnis of the Aces, who is in left field today, as Mason Kelleher takes ball 1 downstairs. The 1-0 is hit by the third baseman, Noah Harvey, and that'll put runners on first and third. Mason Kelleher bumping that batting average up. The old heads are loving it at home, I'm sure. And the T-Bolts are making loud contact here in this one.
Yeah, Keller able to piece one nicely through the 5-6 hole. Not much Harvey can do about that one. And I know average is a bit of a dying stat, but I mean, hitting 500 to start the year, that's impressive nonetheless. I know it's died down a little bit, hitting more in the 430s now, but Keller is showing his base hitting prowess there.
It's a stat I can still appreciate, as Connor Fricky will take ball 1 upstairs. But you are right, Sam. It is a stat going by the wayside. Power is the name of the game in today's version of Major League Baseball, at least. People are willing to sacrifice the hit tool in favor of a better power tool. Connor Fricky goes up in the count 2-0 quickly. 2 balls away from his second walk of the game. Furia looking to snuff out a 2-out rally. He fires in strike 1, helping his case in a big way. Furia winds the pitch. Fouled away for strike 2. That will land behind the grandstand, which is behind home plate here at Frank Mann Field. T-Bolt's up 3-1 over the Alexandria Aces. The deuces are wild on the scoreboard. That is smacked by Connor Frecky. The hard contact continues, and Cameron Baker is able to come home and score. Mason Kelleher advances to second, and the T-Bolts once again match a 2-run second with a 2-run third.
Yeah, and Fricky, who absolutely just did so much damage against Alexandria this past Monday, of course, went 2 for 2 with the 3 walks and the bases clearing double, comes through with an RBI single here on this Saturday evening.
Incredible performance from him. He got on base in every single at-bat. We were able to talk to him after the game, of course, as our player of the game.
Well, I think technically speaking, the dirty jersey performance went to the whole offense.
That's right. That is true.
However, we did talk to Fricky after the game, and he said it felt great to get the monkey off the back, as he put it, as the Thunderbolts were riding a 4-game losing streak heading in to that one. And they ride a 2-game losing streak heading into this one.
Swung on and fouled away by Colin Gibbs. Got way out in front of it. Hit it to the, I guess it's not even a bullpen, it's batting cages over there. The bullpens are on the field, which is a very unique aspect of this field. You don't see that a lot anymore. Only places I can think of are Tropicana Field down in Tampa Bay, where Major League Baseball teams have it. That's in there for strike 2 on Colin Gibbs.
Well, the Thunderbolts are certainly stinging the Aces right now.
Gibbs will wait on an 0-2, 2 out. Runners on first and second. 4-1 T-Bolts lead. He will take the first ball of the at-bat. You got to fight around the zone when you're down in a hole. And now the Delaware Blue Hen, newly minted Delaware Blue Hen, will swing and miss. But the T-Bolts do some more damage. They keep putting the balls in play with authority, and they'll take a 4-2 lead. This has turned into a solid performance so far for the T-Bolts, and they're not done. Griffin Roussel will head out there for the bottom of the third. But before we get back to the action, Sam Bergstrom will bring you a word from our sponsors.
KOA Sports. KOA Sports in Gaithersburg, Maryland is committed to shaping kids' lives through sports. KOA Sports aims to develop each child to their full potential as an athlete and as a person. They also help your student-athlete in the classroom, on the playing field, and anywhere in between. Learn more about KOA Sports at koasports.org. KOA Sports is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkview Capital. Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
So Griffin Roussel, after giving up just 1 run in a bases-loaded, nobody-out situation, has his team spot him 2 extra runs. T-Bolts have a 4-1 lead, looking to snap a losing streak. As Sam Bergstrom, my broadcast partner here, mentioned, we'll be hearing from Brian Alves later in this game as well. We're going to bring it back. Mason Kelleher completes his thread on the second. Griffin Roussel is finished warming up. And as a matter of fact, Daniel McGinnis, who is in left field, I had a feeling this was the case. He was the hitter of the week in the Ripken League. He went 10 for 16 in 4 games. That is a .625 average for those of you counting at home. First pitch to number 8, Brad Larson. He's upstairs for a ball. He'll take another pitch high for ball 2. McGinnis had 2 doubles, 2 homers, and 8 driven in. We will see him soon. He is looming in the cleanup spot. That is tapped foul.
Larson, of course, his first time up. Leadoff hitter, grounded out to who else but Colin Gibbs.
Colin Gibbs has been a magnet today. Roussel's next pitch is just upstairs. Kelleher tried to frame it, but not framed well enough. 3-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, a big pitch by Roussel to generate the swing. There are already some games going on today, so we'll bring you that middle of the inning. So that is grounded over to Matthew Kim. He plays it. Well, he puts a glove on it and fires on to first for the first out of the inning. So you talked about how Brock Hunter wants to sharpen up that middle infield defense. Matthew Kim and Colin Gibbs have done an excellent job today.
No doubt about it. I mean, last game, of course, the Thunderbolts did commit a couple of errors against the Olney Cropdusters. However, today, it's been very sharp.
First pitch in there from Roussel is in there for strike 1 to Jackson Scrow. Scrow coming out of Haverford College. He'll take ball 1. He's currently a rising junior from Lambertville, New Jersey. Someone I will most likely see in the Centennial Conference. I'll be doing the best I can on sports coverage with the McDaniel Green Terror. So I should be taking notes on Scrow, competing at the D3 level. The 2-1 is low, down, and away for ball 3. Scrow gets one over the head of a jumping Sam Camacho, trying to make a play. He'll take a hard turn around first base, looking at an option of a double, but instead he will settle for the single. It is quickly fired in by the left fielder Cameron Baker.
Yeah, Scrow able to just hit that one off the end of the bat.
Now Hunter White, another big imposing threat at the plate from the left side, will foul one off for strike 1. That is going to be just low. Kelleher really making it close here. So going into this game, the T-Bolts were 3-10, and the Aces are 8-7. White takes strike 2. Things might change soon enough. That one's fouled off.
White, of course, walked his first time up. He's one of 2 aces who Roussel has walked today, and before the game Roussel said that's really something he's looking to improve on, is limiting the free bases that he gives opponents.
That one is lined right at the shortstop Colin Gibbs. What do you know? He is a magnet, attracting the ball at every single angle, his left, his right, and basically up and down.
Yeah, no free passes with Colin Gibbs today. He's been policing shortstop at just a stupendous rate today.
No doubt about it. We have not seen an error from anyone on this T-Bolt squad. We already got to start considering those end-of-the-game type of stats, considering this one is only going to go 7 on our radio-style broadcast in Game 1 of the doubleheader. It's popped up by Daniel McGinnis, who had an extra base hit in every single game last week in 4 games, but he will not be reaching at least second base in that at-bat. He pops out to the right fielder for the T-Bolts, Jonah Acosta. And just like that, the T-Bolts are off the field. Griffin Roussel putting in a good start. He's really only had to deal with adversity once in this game, and he dealt with it in stride. He has gotten through 3 innings with 1 run. We'll be back on the Thunderbolts YouTube channel with more of the action here in Game 1 in the doubleheader. But Sam will bring you a word from our sponsors.
Finn Family Group. Dan Metcalf has long been a supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Now he's at a new location, the Finn Family Group of Perennial Real Estate. If you want to find that perfect home in the perfect community, the Finn Family Group is for you. The Finn Family Group believes in community, and they bring that sense of community when working with clients to find homes in the Silver Spring-Takoma Park area. Call them today at 301-450-6999. The Finn Family Group, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Athletic House. Athletic House on 18952 Bonanza Way in Gaithersburg is a promotional product distributor making mugs, pens, and t-shirts for advertisers. The Athletic House can supply your company with every possible promotional product from 3,000 suppliers. With so many ad specialties available, Athletic House can help leave a lasting impression with your customers, and they will create a long-lasting relationship with your clients. Athletic House, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
We will head into the top of the 4th here at Frank Mann Field in Alexandria, Virginia. T-Bolts taking on the Aces in a doubleheader. Bottom 2 hitters in the order, Sam Camacho and Matthew Kim, to get things started. And then once again, the top half of the lineup will go back to work. Jonah Acosta to follow 9-hitter Kim. Camacho had that ball go over his head at third. Maybe he can replicate that. He was trying to on that swing. But swings over top of the pitch that might have hit the dirt for strike 1. Will Vieira is still out there. The starters have not been pulled just yet. Sam does take a ball.
Vieira's had a bit of a seesaw battle here today with the Thunderbolts, has surrendered 6 hits, given up the 2 earned runs, but it's also struck out for all 4 of those coming from swinging strikeouts.
Ball 2 into Camacho, the Clarion Golden Eagle. Going all the way from Florida to Pennsylvania to play in the PSAC. Seen so many different schools be represented here in this league from the PSAC, such as Clarion, along with Millersville and Westchester from some other teams, as Camacho does pick up that single to the left side.
Yeah, we mentioned Scrow before, and his at-bat was able to hit it off the end of the bat, and Camacho does it in a similar fashion here, able to piece one to left field for the Thunderbolts, and all of a sudden, 1 on with no out for Vieira.
We always talk about how much swag it looks like he has, and boy, did he show it off there.
Yeah, Sunshine State swagger, Patrick.
There you go.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, there is some extra swag from the southern guys, especially if you're from Florida, one of the top baseball states in America, it feels like. Matthew Kim will take strike 1. Jonah Acosta waiting on deck, who you say faced Camacho in high school. They both went to rival high schools when you were doing your homework on your feature article on those two.
Absolutely. Miami Killian and Miami Springs.
Kim pops it up. That is on the left side of the infield. The third baseman, Noah Harvey, tracks it. Not too complicated for him to camp under for out number 1.
It's a very interesting dynamic how 2 guys can go from, being rivals on the field to being almost like a brother, almost having a brotherly type of bond here with the Thunderbolts.
I think that's just the type of environment the Ripken League is. You get to meet so many different people, and it's a really cool opportunity for all different types of collegiate athletes to get different perspectives on the same game. Jonah Acosta will take ball one upstairs. He wrapped up his freshman season at North Florida University, a D1 program down in his home state. He will take strike one.
You want to talk about swagger? Acosta yesterday during batting practice against Olney was rocking Josh Erd's sunglasses that he picked up from the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm. And even more swagger, he's wearing number 12 this summer because of Francisco Lindor. Another thing you noted in that article. The 1-1 is slapped, or I should say pulled, to the right side by Jonah Acosta, and he continues his hot hitting at the plate for the number 53 ranked shortstop in the class of 2025 coming out of Florida.
For Acosta, that's his second hit of the day. Previously was able to slice one to center field. This one rockets one to right. And all of a sudden, runners on first and second with one out. Cam Baker coming to bat.
I'd be keeping an eye on Acosta. He is likely to steal. Already did it once in this game. That is hit well to the shortstop. And that is a double play from Scrow to Barnes to White. Baker was right there at first base, hustling down the line. It felt like he was there in a flash, but instead goes from short to second to first, and a classic 6-4-3 double play for the Aces to get off the board. We'll hear from Sam Bergstrom doing the play-by-play the rest of the way, as well as Brian Alves hopping on the broadcast to do the color commentary. So we'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Here in this one, the T-Bolts lead 4-1.
Radial Tire Company. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring specializes in balancing, repair, and installation of your car's tires. The Radial Tire Company has experienced technicians with a commitment to quality service, advanced equipment for balancing and installation, and comprehensive repair options. The Radial Tire Company on 9101 Brookville Road in Silver Spring. A proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Chuck Levins Music. Chuck Levins Washington Music Center at 111 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton has been serving Washington musicians since 1958. Chuck Levins is a family run and is famous for instrument sales and its repair facilities for guitars, woodwinds, brass, strings, and electronics. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 to 6. Chuck Levins Washington Music Center at 11151 Veers Mill Road in Wheaton. A proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. We'd like to welcome everyone back to Alexandria as Matthew Pazak takes a pitch right to the back, and he'll reach first. Griffin Roussel back on the mound to start this bottom of the fourth inning. Those of you just joining, Silver Spring leads this one 4-1 over the Alexandria Aces. This one is taken upstairs for a ball, count quickly 2-0. And this one is grounded through the right side. It's going to be a base hit. So runners will be on first and second for the Aces, still with no outs here in the fourth inning.
That's a really good start for this Aces lineup. Currently down 3 runs, the home team. Thunderbolts putting 2 together in the top of the second and the top of the third. they really need to start getting back into this ball game as soon as possible.
Now that will bring Lechenberg up to the plate for the Aces. Russell has gotten into trouble to start things off. First the Matthew Pazak getting plunked by the pitch, and then Warner with the single as Lechenberg lifts one to right field. In comes Acosta, calls for it, makes the catch. And Pazak will head to third. So runners now on the corner with one out here in the fourth inning.
Gotta say, Acosta playing right field, him catching that ball and throwing it over to third. If that one was a little bit lower, he might have had a chance to Camacho to tag him out, but tough play to begin with to make, but he did the most of it with what he could. And they'll get out one with that one.
Pazak on third, Warner still on first. The Lechenberg fly out. That will bring Noah Harvey to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. The righty stands in. Roussel rifles one, and this one is hit through the 4-5 hole. Excuse me, the 6-5 hole. And in to score comes Pazak. And just like that, Brian, the Thunderbolts lead is cut in half. It is 4-2.
That's a big-time run. Not only does it bring in somebody, but now advances the runner from first to second. Another runner in scoring position that Aces could double up in this inning as well. Still only one out. And we're going to see some adversity here for Roussel. See if he can handle what the Aces are throwing at him.
It looks like pitching coach Ryan Mariani is going to go out to talk with Roussel, who's done a great job keeping his composure and escaping bases loaded situations like he just did back in the second inning, only allowing that one run to score. However, Aces have already put a run on with only one out to go here in the fourth inning. Roussel on the day, 3.1 innings pitched, has allowed 4 hits, issued 2 walks as well, has yet to pick up a strikeout.
This game has kind of flown by so far. We're about an hour and 10 minutes into the broadcast. We're already in the bottom of the fourth, but the Thunderbolts have been really impressed with the hitting, and Roussel, if he gets out of this inning, would be huge.
And Barnes cranks one to right field. Going back is Acosta, makes the catch on the run, and runners will now be at the corners for the Aces.
That was a really difficult catch to make for Acosta. It had his whole body turn on him, and with how deep that was into right field, I was almost wondering whether they were going to tag from second and go all the way home. But choosing to hold the runner at third, the Aces going to trust in the bat here.
Nearly an identical play to the first out. Acosta making the catch, and the runner on second moving to third.
But Brad Larson up here for the Aces, already 0 for 2 in this young ball game, but they're leading off for the third time now.
Larson slices one up the middle for a single. In the score comes Warner. Harvey heads to second. It's an RBI single for Larson, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, Thunderbolts' lead is cut down to 1. It is 4-3 with 2 outs here in the fourth.
And it's just unfortunate. The Thunderbolts have been so strong so far today. To only be up 1 run just seems a little deceiving on the scoreboard, but nonetheless, the Aces, all the opportunities that they've had, they've taken advantage. And now it's all just about getting out of this inning and moving on and keeping those bats hot.
So Larson on first, Harvey on second. Roussel deals and is taken for a ball. Jackson Scrow, the righty, is up to the plate. Scrow 1 for 2 today. Had the single last inning. Was able to pull it to right field. Roussel, the wind, the kick. Oh, he's going to step off. Throws over to Kim, but Harvey able to get back into second.
I believe that he doesn't necessarily have to throw it to second. That's the only base he can choose not to throw to. So I wonder why he risked it there. He wasn't going to get him out, but nonetheless, doesn't matter.
Never hurts to make sure as Roussel punches a strike in there.
That was a heater. Almost as
Roussel
hot as the sun out.
87 degree day here tonight in Alexandria. That will, of course, drop as the sun sets. Roussel checks. He fires. Scro pops that one back foul. That one's going to head for the parking lot as count now stands at 1-2.
Just one pitch away from getting out of this inning, Sam.
He's shown he can do it before. What can he pull out of his bag of tricks? Roussel, the 1-2, swing and a miss.
I believe it was fouled off.
But he did get a piece. Tough to tell from our viewpoint as the dust is starting to fly here in Alexandria.
I was going to say, it's almost like a magician trick. The dust kind of clouded our view of the ball, but it did prop up after hitting off.
I was confused. Why was he so nonchalant after missing? Roussel checks the runner. Harvey dances off second. Roussel deals another foul ball. We'll do it again.
And these foul balls today have really gone all over the ballpark. Was kind of camping out a little bit behind the dugout of the Aces earlier, and there was about 5 balls that went past where I was sitting.
Roussel pivots his head. He fires. Scro lines one, and that one cannot be handled by Gibbs. In the score comes Harvey, and the game is knotted up at 4 apiece. Jackson Scro with the RBI single.
Wow. I mean, what a start of the inning by the Aces. This was all Thunderbolts really coming into this 4-1 ball game. 3 straight runs and still threatening here with 2 outs. And it looks like Roussel's day is done.
Yeah, unfortunately this has been a common theme for the Thunderbolts. You know, it hasn't happened as of late. However, in the beginning of the season, you really saw that they were susceptible to blowing big leads, especially against the Bethesda Big Train in that 27-13 loss, as well as to the Gaithersburg Giants in the 20-8 loss earlier this June. And you just got to hope that it's not going to be a repeat of one of those games.
Absolutely.
Especially after the Thunderbolts performed so well against this Aces team on last Monday to really ignite something special.
And, you know, especially when you win a game like that, the Aces, that had to have been the toughest game that they've played all season, especially with the Thunderbolts team that was deceivingly at the bottom of the standings in that game. To lose 20-0 like that, they're going to come out for revenge today. They have 2 opportunities at it. I knew we were going to see it sooner or later, but after being up 4-1, I assumed the Thunderbolts might have had a little bit of breathing room, but just like that, that breathing room was gone. And now we have a new pitcher in for the Thunderbolts.
Yep, coming to the mound for the Thunderbolts is going to be Aiden Watts, junior out of Rochester University. Last spring for Rochester, Watts appeared in 8 games, pitched 11.1 innings, picked up 8 strikeouts, issued 9 walks.
That's 16, right? Number 16.
And Watts is making his 4th appearance this year for the Thunderbolts. His last appearance was, coincidentally enough, against Alexandria on June 15th. Pitched 1 inning in relief. That was the 7th inning of that one. Gave up just 2 hits. In a game that was far behind the Alexandria Aces. However, Watts still the great performance nonetheless.
Would love to see him end this inning before it really even gets started with this new pitcher in with Watts. You don't want to give them 1 hit and give them that more momentum to take the lead.
White chops this one over to first. It cannot be handled by Fricky. Kim almost makes a spectacular play, but it could not be handled. And in the score comes Larson. Bit of a funky play there, Brian.
Yeah, and just right there, I understand wanting to get the out. You have to try to make the play. But again, another situation where the ball's thrown away and the Aces, instead of going to third, go home and the run scores.
Yeah, that chopper was fielded by Fricky. However, he could not handle it quite well. Was backed up by Kim. And he made a bit of an underhand throw, but got past Watts, who was covering first, and it allowed Larson to score the 5th run of the game for Alexandria. They've had 4 unanswered runs here in the 4th inning. As Daniel McGinnis steps into bat, as our colleague Patrick mentioned earlier, the reigning Ripken Player of the Week. However, he's 0 for 2 today against the Thunderbolts, with runners on the corners. Takes the ball upstairs. Count now 1-0 for McGinnis.
The Thunderbolts now, they've been in this position all year where they've had such bright moments. They've had moments where it gets away from them. This is definitely one of the moments where it gets away from them. They got to recoup and get locked in here.
As McGinnis takes the ball downstairs, count now 2-0 for the big right-hander. Rocking the shades at the dish, along with some pink and turquoise gloves.
I love it.
Ball 3 is that's ball 4 as McGinnis flips the bat. Takes off the gear and will head to first. Runner, and so the Aces have a full house. Bases are loaded. Still 2 outs here in the 4th. And Watts is going to have to wiggle out of trouble with Pazak coming to the plate.
And Pazak had an at-bat earlier in this inning. Just goes to show you how long it's drawn out. 4 runs now across, and he's back up.
It's been a ring around the rosy inning for the Thunderbolts. As Griffin Roussel not able to work out of trouble after his solid outing. And Aiden Watts is going to look to put a Band-Aid on the wound. Watts winds the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball upstairs. Count now 0-2.
The good news is, Sam, that the Thunderbolts really are looking great at bat right now. Already 8 hits on the game. Just got to keep this game close. No more runs in this inning, and this is a competitive ball game.
Pazak lines this one to left field, and that one just squeezes away foul.
Well, that would have scored plenty of runs right there if that landed. Sigh of relief.
That ball was walking the left foul line tightrope. It looks like Pazak's gonna look to get a new bat. Perhaps that one cracked a little bit on that hit. Pazak, who was hit by a pitch earlier in this inning by Roussel. He really started the storm for the Aces against the Thunderbolts here in the 4th. Pazak hits another one foul, this time to the Aces dugout. So with Scrow on third, White on second, and McGinnis on first, bases are loaded for the Aces. Slider is fouled back to the fence, so we'll do it again.
What an inning. Even going back to the top of this inning when the double play was called at the run at first, just how different things would have looked if that was called safe.
Absolutely. Baker using the wheels, but to no avail. Watts wheels and deals. That fastball just missed outside to the right. So Pazak now with a 1-2 count. Bases still loaded, 2 out. Watts delivers another foul ball.
Wow, what a battle.
A lot of foul balls here, Brian.
Yeah. No, I said it earlier. I mean, they've gone everywhere. They've gone behind the plate. They've gone to left field. They've gone to right field. People, they have a thing here with the Aces. If you get a foul ball, you bring it over concessions, you get something free. So, really cool ballpark idea that the Aces have.
Breaking ball finds its way into the zone. Pazak is rung up on strikes, and Watts escapes trouble, but not before the Aces score 4 runs in the 4th to go up 5-4 here in Alexandria. And Brian's going to give you a word from our sponsors before returning to the action.
Tacoma Torch. The Tacoma Torch, founded in 2019, brings laughter and a sense of fun to residents in Tacoma Park and the DMV. The Tacoma Torch features satirical articles about the region that those with a sense of humor can appreciate. Send a headline or idea their way to tacomatorch@gmail.com and watch what they do with it. The Tacoma Torch is on the web at tacomatorch.com. Tacoma Torch, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Nando Peri Peri Chicken. Nando's Peri Peri Chicken on 924 Ellsworth Drive in Silver Spring is the best chicken in the world because it uses peri peri sauce. From chicken on the bone to wraps and sandwiches, along with salads and veggie options, Nando's is your choice for great food. They do have a sale on Monday, June 29th, 2 Mondays from now. Go ahead and head to Nando's and use the promo code at checkout for 40% fundraising for the team. The promo code is Nando's 2026 when ordering either at the table, cashier, online, or in the app. So go ahead to Nando's on Monday the 29th and support the Thunderbolts.
Gotta love Nando's Peri Peri Chicken. As we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Alexandria Aces, Jack Keene, sophomore out of Arlington, Virginia, attends Bucknell University. Also attended Washington Liberty High School. 6'5" righty, rocking number 40 for Alexandria. It does not look like he appeared in any games last season for the Bison. However, he is going to make his 5th appearance for the Aces this evening. His last outing against the Olney Cropdusters on June 16th. Pitched 1 inning, allowed just 1 hit. Did allow 2 earned runs as well, and punched out 2. And he'll have to face Gabriel Pegues coming up to bat. And Pegues, he's just really been a reliable bat for this Thunderbolt team, Brian.
Absolutely. Even just 2 nights ago, at the game that I last called, he had a triple and 3 hits in that one. He really, in my opinion, that was his best start of the season. And he's just been building and building on these games so far this year. And you can really just see the progress in his game. And I'm excited to see really how he puts it forward. I think he's one of the better hitters in this league. And if he keeps these statistical hits going, I think he could maybe even be an all-star in this league.
Pegues started the season with a 6-game hit streak. That was broken against Bethesda on June 14th. Perhaps looking to start a new hitting streak as he takes the ball downstairs. Pegues playing center field today for the Thunderbolts. Keene kicks the 1-0. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike. Count now even.
That's a good pitch there. I think Pegues didn't see it coming, but now that he's aware of it, I think he could get a piece of that if it's in the right spot.
The sun is shining on his helmet. Keene delivers. Swing and a miss. Brought back the breaking ball this time. Pegues way early on it.
One-two count. Got to stay in this.
And Joey King on deck for Silver Spring Tacoma. Another breaking ball is waved on. Dropped momentarily by Lechenberg, but he's able to tag Pegues for the first out. So nearly identical swings by Pegues to end his at-bat there.
Yeah, no, really good pitches right there that just really had Pegues swinging and missing. There's nothing really too much to say, but both those pitches in the dirt. And I'm not sure exactly what he was looking for there, but he didn't get what he was looking for.
So the Aces are going to have to deal with a King now as Joey steps up to bat.
Is this your King? No, Joey King, he's been really reliable in a lot of spots this year. He's been kind of in that utility role. I love how he just steps up to action and brings it all.
King takes a ball. Count now 1-1 to the righty. As we said, King made a royal catch in left field against Olney last night, robbing the 3-run homer.
That's amazing.
And that one hits him in the helmet.
Ouch.
Boy, you could hear that all the way from Arlington as King will take his base.
Yeah, no, he earned that base. That hurts. I'm glad he's all right.
I'm glad the players wear helmets. Safety first.
Joey King reaches base for the first time tonight. So now the only person in this lineup not to reach base for the Thunderbolts tonight, Matthew Kim in the 9th spot, but he's only had 2 opportunities compared to most of the Bolts having 3. So really good stuff from the hitters for the Thunderbolts, but just got to put more runs together after the Aces having some runs of their own.
King on first. Kelleher coming to bat. Mason Kelleher 1 for 2 today. Of course, had the base hit to left field his first time up as he takes a strike.
The wind gusts really kind of being a threat to the game today. We've got just dirt rolling all around.
It's a nice breeze for us here in the booth. As there goes King for second. The throw by Lechenberg. He is in there with a stolen base.
That's a great slide as well from King. Kind of, I think he himself shielded that ball away from being caught with his leg. And he's able to get in safely to second. That's big time. Now down by 1 run. The Aces are going to talk this one over with Keene. But Mason Keller already 1 for 2 on the game. Looking to build on that.
Kelleher along with his teammate Brandon Brown, attend Frostburg State University. For King, that's going to be his 2nd stolen base of the season. So not a guy who usually swipes the bag, but is able to coast in there. He stands at second as Keene delivers to Kelleher, who chops one up the middle. It's fielded by Scrow. Over to McGinnis for the out. King will move to third as Connor Fricky will come to bat with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Excuse me, the top of the 5th.
It looked like that throw was almost looked like it was in slow motion. I thought maybe Kelleher had a chance to beat it out, but of course, Kelleher, as speedy as he could be for a catcher, is still a catcher. Fricky's got a good smile on his face right now with his guys, giving him some motivation.
And that's something that, the Thunderbolts, I asked Griffin, that's something I asked Griffin Roussel earlier today. I asked him, has the chemistry grown? And you know what he said, Brian, was he thinks this is the closest knit team in the Cal Ripken Collegiate Baseball League. Keene delivers. Fricky takes a breaking ball for a strike.
And sometimes really, like, when you go through as many close battles that this team has gone through, you really do build with each other, and you really do find a lot about your team. And I'm glad that they're getting closer instead of farther apart because of those battles.
No doubt about it. Keene's breaking ball misses inside. Count now 2-1 to Fricky. And these guys, they're around with each other every single day. So it's almost like a brotherhood here in Silver Spring.
Gotta love the guys if you're going to see them every day.
King on third. King delivers. That one gets by Lechenberg. But it is not far away enough for King to scurry on home. He'll remain at third. And as we said before, quite a short distance between home plate and the backstop, Brian.
Yeah, if that went on in Silver Spring, that's a run for the Thunderbolts right there. But then again, it's the same for both teams. So just don't throw it behind your catcher and you won't have to worry about it.
Keene kicks. He fires. Fricky chops one, but it is foul. That one was hit down the first base line. The umpire emphatically ruined that a foul ball. So Fricky will have to do it again. Count now full.
Thunderbolts just a run away from tying this game. Big pitch here.
That one misses in the dirt. Fricky draws the walk, and the runners are going to be on the corners now for Colin Gibbs, who has just been shining with the leather at shortstop today.
He really has just been impressive at short all season. I think when I talked to him after that game against Olney, at Olney, not yesterday, but the previous game against them, he was just telling me that defensively they want to have the ball. They want to attack the ball. And at shortstop, I think that's what he represents. He just loves to attack that baseball. And he wants it to go to him so that he can make the play.
That one blocked nicely by Lechenberg. Bounced in the dirt, but was blocked by his protective gearing.
Fricky was able to get to second off of it.
Yes, Connor Fricky able to steal second off that bouncy pitch. T-Bolt dugout as loud as ever. Cheering on Gibbs. Keene delivers. Breaking ball finds its way into the zone. We are not seeing a lot of fastballs from Keene on the mound, Brian.
I was going to say, it seems like a lot of off-speed, specifically the breaking ball. But it's been working. When it lands, it's hard to stop.
Absolutely. Count 1-1. Gibbs fouls that one back to the screen, just got under it.
And there's the heater.
Squared it up nicely.
Yeah, sometimes when you throw that breaking ball more often than the fastball, it almost reverse psychology doesn't get you ready for that fastball, and it just goes right by you.
Gibbs looking to break the spirit of the Aces here. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Lechenberg with another nice grab at catcher.
No kidding.
Gibbs on the season, as we alluded to, has 10 assists already in just 5 games played. Not counting today, where he also has a couple. The righty stands in, waves the bat. Count even at 2-2. And did that hit him?
I guess so. I mean, that would have been ball 3, so I think I can't see why he would be going to first if it didn't hit him, but it didn't look like it hit him.
The official scoring is a hit by pitch.
Okay, there it is.
So Colin Gibbs reaches to load the bases here. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Sam Camacho Jr., who's able to scorch a single to center field his first time up.
And that was huge. He really needed that one for confidence. We know he could be a good hitter, and he showed it last time up.
Fastball is taken downstairs for a ball. Matthew Kim on deck for the Thunderbolts should Camacho reach. Once again, King on third, Fricky on second, and Gibbs, who was just hit by a pitch, stands at first base. Bases loaded with 2 out. Curveball misses upstairs.
And to walk does just as much as a hit here would tie the game. Glad he's seeing the ball well here so far. 2-0 count.
If you've ever watched Moneyball, you know the big goal is to get on base.
Brad Pitt, shout out. Great movie.
Camacho takes a ball, and it looks like
I
King is going to come in to score.
thought that was ball 3.
Looks like it might have been a balk by Keene. We'll see what the official scoring is. But King does tie the game at 5 as he trots home into the T-Bolt dugout.
Yes, it looks like it. Well, that's huge for the Thunderbolts.
And we saw last game against Olney, of course, Zach Bortner committed the pitch clock violation to walk in a run. And the Aces commit a similar kind of mistake here. Count now 3-0 for Camacho. So all the runners advance, which means Fricky's on third and Gibbs is on second.
Now Camacho even in a bigger spot, arguably, to take the lead here.
No doubt about it. The righty out of Miami, 1 for 1 today, looking to make it 2 for 2, or perhaps keep it at 1-1, at 1 for 1. A 2-1 from Keene. Bounced in the dirt once again. Lechenberg really working behind the plate.
So it looks like that was ball 3 there. Was under the impression that the count was 3-1, but it is now 3-1.
Apologies once again. We are trying our best here on this radio broadcast to give you as much accurate detail as possible, but of course we are going to be susceptible to mistakes.
Yeah, no, the board itself said 3-1 previously as well.
The official 3-1. Keene delivers. Swing and a miss. Count runs full for Camacho.
He gives a little my bad to the dugout there, as he knew, hey, that was ball 4.
And Matthew Kim saying, you got it. Thunderbolts have their full confidence in Camacho to come through.
I love the confidence they've shown in him this season. Talent's clearly there, and you know, with a little bit of the struggle that he's gone through, they've stuck by him, and it paid off so far. He's got his hit today, and now he's at a chance to eventually get an RBI here. And he's a really good third baseman, not to mention.
Camacho works the walk. Took a breaking ball upstairs. So the bases will yet again be loaded up for the T-Bolts as Patrick's favorite player, Matthew Kim, is coming to bat.
And Patrick, he's got to be careful with that bias, but he does love him some Matthew Kim. Matthew Kim, an unnatural 9-hitter. He usually provides some pretty good spark in the bottom of the order, so having a guy like that at the 9 spot, as I've talked about all season, is just a bright spot, especially with how good of an infielder he is.
Definitely a great plug-and-play guy. And as you said, you know, even at the 9 spot, reliable hitter for sure. Has provided some solid defense today at second base. And, you know, as we said before, that, you know, General Manager Dick O'Connor really stressed how much this team struggled with the infield defense, especially in the 6-4 hole last season with the plague of injuries.
Right.
And, you know, despite David Vazzo going down for the season with that back injury, Gibbs and Kim have been just stellar.
Yeah, losing Capo as well.
Capo, yes.
Dealt with some adversity, but this Thunderbolts team is very deep. And, I mean, even just looking at the hitting effort today for the Thunderbolts on offense, every guy has gotten on base today. And now if Matthew Kim gets on here, he would make that official. Just the team effort that have put together 6 runs so far for the Thunderbolts. And that's what you love to see. Sure, it's great to have a superstar on your team, but the Thunderbolts have a bunch of really solid individual guys that get the job done offensively.
Well, they were originally talking things over with Keene, but it looks like general manager is going to come out again, talk things over. Perhaps we're going to have a pitching change. It looks like we are for the Aces.
Looks like Elijah Grant is going to come into the ball game.
Yes, Elijah Grant will step to the mound for Alexandria, who I believe last time these two teams played was actually hitting for the Aces.
I believe that's true.
Junior out of Presbyterian College. And yes, you did hit on June 15th against Silver Spring-Takoma at Blair Stadium. Went 0 for 4 that day. 2 groundouts and 2 flyouts in 4 plate appearances.
And just having a two-way guy on the team, we've just talked about it, it's just so valuable. Being able to offer many things on the team. I mean, the Thunderbolts have some of their own. Wade Hartrick, being able to catch, pitch, and hit is just, in my opinion, the coolest thing ever. I don't know how you can. That's probably the 3 hardest things to do in baseball, and he does all of them.
Maybe in life.
Yeah.
Hartrick had the 1-inning performance last night against Olney. Got 2 outs in the 8th. Both pop-ups. But for Grant, this is going to be his 2nd pitching appearance of the season. On June 5th against Gaithersburg, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 hits and 2 earned runs to come across, but also punched out 2 Giants. And from what we're seeing here, looks like he likes to bring out the breaking ball. There's a heater right there as he warms up.
And very rarely do you see a pitcher, I think it is because he's a two-way player, rocking that number 1.
That's a good point.
It's pretty cool.
Grant's played in 14 games this season for Alexandria. Again, has only pitched 1 time.
But with the new pitcher in now, Thunderbolts, if they're able to keep this 2-out run going, bases are loaded. Still plenty of damage could be done with just a hit or 2.
Grant's warm-up song, $1 Million Baby, or Colorado Baby is the official title. But certainly a large pot that the Aces are playing right now, and Grant's going to look to cash it in. And
There's Sam once again with the nice one-liners.
Can never have too many poker puns as Grant drops a curveball in for strike 1.
I bet you wish that we could play the Aces every night.
You have no idea how fun that write-up was the day after Thunderbolts won 20-0.
That was, I think, that was your best article of the year.
I'm glad you're tuning into tbolts.org to read the write-ups.
And you could as well if you're listening. tbolts.org. Go read those articles.
No doubt about it. 5-5 here in the 5th inning, a 3 of a kind. 5s. All right, I'm done. Grant deals. Kim takes a ball upstairs. Count now at 1-1. Matthew Kim 0 for 2 today. Previously popped out back in the 2nd inning. Kim takes a look and is frustrated that he didn't swing there, as that breaking ball drops softly into the mitt of Lechenberg, excuse me. Jonah Acosta on deck. Kim fouls that one off into the Aces dugout. So Kim's been battling. Count 1-2. Grant takes a look. Takes a deep breath. Fires. Breaking ball hits the dirt. And Kim works the count even.
And Kim usually really good about picking what pitches to swing at. Had a good eye right there. It'd be huge to get a walk. Especially with the new pitcher, still only his 2nd outing. Might be able to take advantage of him not being able to land early.
Kim waves and misses. So Elijah Grant gets him swinging on strikes and escapes the bases loaded jam here in the 5th inning, but not before a run comes in to score for Silver Spring-Takoma. We are all knotted up at 5 as we'll head to the bottom of the 5th, but not before a word from our sponsors.
United Therapeutics. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring develops pharmaceuticals and technologies that help patients in need of organ transplantation. United Therapeutics is guided by the principles of always striving to do the right thing and relentlessly pushing to always do better. As a result, the company was included among America's best companies by Forbes magazine. United Therapeutics in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkway Deli. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring has been dishing up deli classics since 1963. The Parkway Deli is a family business, and their family loves to bring great food and service to yours. The Parkway Deli is open 7 days a week, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays. The Parkway Deli on 8317 Grub Road in Silver Spring, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts.
So Aiden Watts is going to stay out there for the Thunderbolts. Watts thus far today, of course, only recorded that one out in the 4th inning, relieving Roussel of his duties. Did issue a walk, but also struck out the last batter looking. And I think a big point, Brian, I know we've said this over and over again, we're a bit of a broken record, but the Thunderbolts just can't load the bases if they want to win this game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the pressure that you put yourself on is just too much at times. Even when you pitch well with bases loaded, you can still give up runs. Even if you get a double play, there's a possibility you still give up runs. It's just you gotta do yourself a favor and try to keep no more than at least 1 or 2 base runners on. But even then, I think 1 probably the best you can do for yourself at max.
Head coach Brock Hunter always stresses it's cliche, it's simple, but the keys to the game is to throw strikes and make plays. And
yeah, he's not wrong.
in order to make plays, you got to throw strikes. It's a coexisting relationship.
Absolutely.
And so coming to bat for the Aces is going to be Jack Warner. Warner 2 for 2 on the day for Alexandria. Watts' first pitch is upstairs, a fastball taken by Warner, who attends the University of Pennsylvania, one of multiple Aces to attend UPenn. Native of Bellevue, Washington. How about that? As Warner takes a strike.
And for those who are unaware, if we haven't mentioned it before, these innings being so much more important because of the 7-inning games. It's the bottom of the 5th. Not too much time left. It'd be just like if we were in the bottom of the 7th inning right now.
That's a great point, Brian. Every pitch is all the more crucial. The 2-1 from Watts is fouled back to the fence. Count now even for Warner.
With this being a doubleheader, the possibility of taking both games is very tempting to both teams, but you're going to have to earn it. Tie game right now, and we've had a thriller.
As Warner cranks one, but it is just foul to the right side. Acosta was running in, but
that was a warning shot from Warner.
Yeah, he said, "Don't give me those pitches across the plate, or else I'm going to do damage. You're lucky I got that one foul." Watts winds the 2-2 in there for strike 3.
Huge.
Warner rung up on strikes and quickly 1 away here for the T-Bolts.
Well, Watts downs Warner, and he tells him, well, you've been warned. Don't come back up next time because you've been warned.
And so this will bring up Lechenberg. Schraden Lechenberg walking up to some Ella Langley. Gotta love that.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Looking to blossom into a dandelion here for the Aces. Watts deals. Just misses the zone.
Lechenberg rocking some nice blonde dyed hair. He's a very tall catcher.
Also rocking the number 21, perhaps a blackjack reference for the Aces.
There's another one. We need to get one of those timers, Sam. Not timers.
The tally.
The tallies, yeah. And put a ding every time we hear a reference.
Count now 2-0 for number 21. Watts delivers, and Lechenberg clobbers one to right field. Acosta is under it, and he makes the catch right in front of the right field fence.
Big time.
For out number 2. Had a nice sound off the bat, Brian, but of course this is a wooden bat league, so even the pitches that sound like they're being hit 500 feet out could just be regular flyouts.
No, absolutely. I mean, every time I hear that crank of the bat like that, I always get nervous. I'm like, oh, where's this going? But Acosta ready to make the play. And as we were just saying, now 2 outs, nobody on base. A lot more manageable of a situation for you.
So Watts picked up a strikeout and the fly out to right. Deals a strike to Noah Harvey, who was 1 for 2 on the day. Harvey had the RBI single earlier. That was in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now he's getting comfortable.
Yeah, Watts drops the breaking ball in for strike 2. Watts has a great fastball slider repertoire. Second-year T-Bolt. As we said, the junior out of Rochester University. The 0-2 just misses. We heard a yes sir in the crowd, but
I was agreeing with it. I thought he had him. Just missed.
So Harvey, as we said, throw it on the bases, but he's got to reach base first in order to be able to steal. As he hits one deep to right center field, Pegues is under it, and he makes the easy catch. Nice 1-2-3 inning from Aiden Watts. Picks up the strikeout and 2 flyouts. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Still 5-5 here in Alexandria.
Silver Spring Jewelers. Silver Spring Jewelry is the Washington area's only complete jewelry store with a staff of 13 jewelry associates and 8 goldsmiths. Now in 3 locations in Takoma Park, White Oak, and Silver Spring. Family owned and operated since 1971, specializing in diamonds, custom engagement rings, repairs, engraving, and cash for gold. Go to silverspringjewelers.com for more information. Silver Spring Jewelry, a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Sky Point believes banking should be easy to understand, personalized, and focused on making the community a better place. Whether opening your first account or planning for your future, Sky Point has the financial tools to help you hit it out of the park. Sky Point Federal Credit Union. They make banking simple. Visit Sky Point's branch in Silver Spring. More at skypointfcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA and an equal housing lender.
So it looks like Elijah Grant's going to stay out there for the Aces. Grant, of course, recorded the final out of the 5th inning. Was able to strike out Matthew Kim swinging. And I got to say, for a two-way player, Grant looked really sharp out there, Brian.
He did. I was impressed. Was put in a really tough spot and worked out of it. But now he's got the top of the Thunderbolts order, 1, 2, 3. He's going to be tested here. All 3 of these guys have made their marks so far tonight. Acosta himself is 2 for 3 so far. Cameron Baker 1 for 3, and Pegues also 1 for 3. So definitely not an easy 3 guys to pitch to. Now we'll see if he is really able to handle the top of the order.
Acosta, as you said, 2 for 3 on the day. Will come to bat first in this top of the 6th. After striking out in his first at-bat, he really bounced back with 2 textbook singles. And Acosta, you know, he's really been a reliable slap hitter for this Thunderbolts team.
And I think this first at-bat here between Grant and Acosta is the key to this inning for the Aces, because Acosta, the most dangerous guy when he does get on base. If you can get him out, that's a huge help to this inning, because he is the leadoff guy, and once he gets on, it's hard to get him off.
Grant bends one in, but it is a ball. Acosta, of course, the Miami native, rocking the pink Miami Vice cleats today. Chops this one over to Barnes, who easily flips to McGinnis for the first out. And one away here for the Aces.
Like I said, that's probably the best out possible for the Aces out of these 3 guys. But the next 2 guys, just as good and just as hard to get out in different ways. Acosta, which is one that you really don't want to get on base, but these guys have extra base potential.
That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, Cameron Baker, playing left field today. The righty stands in and takes a fastball upstairs. Baker abolished the RBI single back in the top of the 3rd to score Acosta. And that pitch gets by Lechenberg, but no runners on, so no harm done. The only harm is that the count is now 3-0 to Baker. Grant kicks the pitch, fouled back by Baker, and it looks like Baker had the green light to swing there. Normally when guys are in 3-0 counts, you don't necessarily see aggressive swings. However, Baker was confident that he could get on top of that pitch. Breaking ball
Wow.
drops into the top left corner of the zone.
That had some finesse to it. Snuck in there.
And Baker's going to have to bounce back now. Had a 3-0 count. Now it has run full. Here we go, the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Grant unleashes the breaking ball once more. It looked like a curve. And Baker's going to go back to the dugout with Gabe Pegee stepping to the plate.
And it's pretty crazy that this guy has only pitched in one outing this season. Elijah Grant having a really strong start. Already 2 strikeouts and 1 full inning pitch now. And this is the opportunity for him to finish out this inning.
Especially with such a tight situation here. Tension's high, but Grant has ice water in his veins right now for Alexandria. As Pegues hits one deep to center field. Back goes Larson, still going back, and makes the catch. So 3 up, 3 down for Elijah Grant. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Still 5-5 here in Alexandria. Keep it right here before a word from our sponsors.
Ben Norkin Architecture. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Avenue in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Helps people turn their dreams into their new forever home. Whether it's a renovation, addition, or a new home, Ben will assist you in picking colors and finishes. He'll explain building codes, zoning requirements, and materials that stress energy efficiency. Ben Norkin of Ben Norkin Architecture at 7204 Trescott Ave in Tacoma Park, Maryland. A proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts. AFI Silver Theater. The AFI Silver Theater and Cultural Center in downtown Silver Spring presents the best in American and world cinema. They show classic American mysteries from the black and white era as well as the most modern digital content from around the world. The AFI Silver Theater also features filmmaker interviews, panel discussions, musical performances, and more. The AFI Silver Theater at 8633 Colesville Road in Silver Spring is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts.
So a new pitcher here for Silver Spring Tacoma, Noah Tofin. Rocking number 55 for the Thunderbolts. Last made his appearance, pitched 2 innings against Gaithersburg a couple days ago at Blair Stadium. Picked up 3 strikeouts in his 2 innings pitch performance.
And he helped set up that eventual walk-off walk for the Thunderbolts in that huge win against Gaithersburg. Gaithersburg at that time was leading the division, and the Thunderbolts were able to take them down after some really good pitching from guys like Brady Grimes and Noah Tofin.
So Tofin, who attends Sul-Ross State University, in Texas. However, a native of Boulder, Colorado, so he's done some journeying here as he's made his way across the United States. We're glad to have him in Silver Spring, but he's going to have to put together a nice performance in Alexandria to keep this lead knotted at 5.
And I've been really impressed with him so far. When he first made his appearance out in Olney, he was dealt a tough card as the bases were loaded, and it was hard for him to really settle in, especially when you're a late addition to the team. It's hard for you to really get that groove with the new catcher, and really first time you're gelling with these guys. But that second performance, he looked so strong. I think he might be one of the best arms in this bullpen.
Definitely not easy to jump in, joining as a new addition, but Tofin's going to have to twirl a couple good innings here as Barnes hits one foul down the right field line. Tofin made 7 appearances for Sul-Ross State last spring, pitched 6 innings, allowed 13 hits, issued 8 walks, and also struck out 3. As that one is a ball.
And now in the bottom of the 6th inning, just 1 more opportunity for the Thunderbolts and 2 more for the Aces, unless we have to go to extras.
And that one is taken for a ball.
Sounds funny saying extras when you only have a 7-inning game, but because of the doubleheader, it's a possibility.
That one is dropped in there for a ball.
3-1 count to number 3. Important pitch here. You don't want to walk your first batter, but Ricky Barnes looking to reach for the first time tonight.
Barnes fouls that one off. Count now full for Ricky Barnes. Tofin looking to twirl. And Barnes takes the walk.
That's big time. Now man on first base. Tofin gonna have to deal with some traction here. Oh.
That one gets above the catcher Kelleher. So Grant will move to, Barnes will move to second.
Kelleher telling Tofin, just relax. You're good. But the Aces now with the winning run in scoring position. But of course the Thunderbolts do have one more opportunity at bat.
Tofin will look to keep his composure. Count 1-0. And Larson hits one. It gets by Fricky, and then it gets by Kim. Rounding third comes Barnes. He will score. And heading to second goes Larson.
And I don't know what I just watched, Sam.
Yeah.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, Fricky dives on the ball, could not come up with it. Kim right behind him. Ball just out of his reach as he dived to his left. And the speedy Barnes able to make his way across the bases. And Tofin is quickly into some trouble with no outs here in the 6th.
And that's just so unfortunate. The Thunderbolts were in a tie game. Ball was put into play in the infield, and it just kept bouncing by guys. It was there, but it scattered by. A little bit of a weird one. And just like that, it's 6-5 Aces.
And that one gets above Kelleher. So Larson will move to third. And it looks like Tofin just lost control of that fastball, Brian.
And that's the second one that he lost control of. He threw the first one over the head of Kelleher previously, which allowed the base runner to get to second, where he eventually scored on the ball put in play. So small pitching mistakes led to that run, and now another runner all the way to third here with 0 outs. Those are the things that you got to try to avoid when you clean up the mistakes as a baseball team.
Jackson Scrow hits one to center field. Jogging home is Larson. And Scrow now 3 for 4 on the day. That is his second RBI. And it looks like things are starting to unravel for the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, the Aces really just stuck this one out all game. They were down 4-1 and just battled back. Now up 7-5. This is just something the Thunderbolts have dealt with all season. It's just struggling to find the consistency through the whole game.
Tofin able to fire a fastball in there, bottom of the zone to Daniel McGinnis. Hunter White, that is. Number 30, the lefty, who's 0 for 2 today. However, White did drive in a run off an error made by Fricky, which came back in the 4th inning. Scrow takes off as White fouls that one off. Hunter White attends West Liberty University, native of Hagerstown, Maryland. Swing and a miss. So White down on strikes, and that is big-time strikeout for Noah Tofin.
Much needed. And now a double play gets you out of the inning.
And now Daniel McGinnis will come to bat. The righty out of Eastern Mennonite. As we said, the reigning Cal Ripken Player of the Week. However, he is 0 for 2 today.
You talked about it the last time he was up, but he just has some really cool style when it comes to his arm sleeves and his batting gloves, with the teal and the pink as well on the batting gloves.
Gotta love it, the Miami Vice look. Guinness waves the bat.
I see that, and I think of Jimmy Butler.
I think of Jonah Acosta.
But it reminds me of those alternate heat jerseys that they wore back in the day.
Ah, yes, of course. Those are some of my favorite NBA jerseys. I know we're a baseball broadcast, but count even at 1-1 for McGinnis. Tofin delivers. Fastball runs upstairs. Scrow on first. Count now 2-1 for the righty out of Eastern Mennonite. McGinnis chops this one, fielded by Camacho. It comes off the glove, and then Gibbs cannot make the play. Scrow is going to scurry on over to third. He slides in safely. So Daniel McGinnis is going to reach on the air. Scrow's going to move over to third. And runners on the corners now for the Aces.
And it just seems like a recurring theme for the Thunderbolts. Every time, it seems like they've sort of gotten past the error issue. It just comes back to bite them, and it's just something that they're going to have to keep digging to and keep getting better at. The only way you can get better is with more reps.
Tofin getting some key reps today, looking to limit the damage, as there goes McGinnis. Pitch is yet again fouled off, so we've had a couple failed hit and run situations here for the Aces, as Matthew Pazak fouled that one off. The UPenn righty stands in. Tofin delivers. That one just clipped the inside of the zone for the second strike. So the runners on the corners now after the E5. Pazak looking to punish him. Lifts one deep to left center field. Back goes Peggy, still going back. And he makes the catch. Tagging from third comes Scrow. He will score. It's going to be a sac fly for Pazak. And the Aces lead it 8-5 here in the sixth.
And that works wonders for the Aces, because that last run really just makes it a lot harder for the Thunderbolts. The difference between being down 2 versus 3 with one more inning to go just feels like it's climbing a mountain, really. It's still possible, but just huge.
And Warner pops this one up. Kelleher gives it a look in foul territory, but he cannot make the catch. Looked like Kelleher lost that one in the sun, as it was popped up down the left field line near the Aces dugout. And it looked like ball just got behind the catcher Kelleher. Those plays not easy to make. But nonetheless, still 2 outs. And a wasted opportunity for Silver Spring-Takoma.
Yeah, it was right there for Kelleher. Opportunity to get out of the inning.
Another foul ball. Warner.
You could do it the hard way. You could get a strikeout in 3 pitches.
Aces have dealt the Thunderbolts a tough hand here in the sixth. There goes the runner. Kelleher throws a strike to Gibbs, and they got him. McGinnis is gunned down. Much needed shoot from Mason Kelleher.
And that's how you make up for it right there.
Mason Kelleher makes up for his drop catch in foul territory with an absolute missile to second base. Another assist on the season for Mason Kelleher. We'll head to the top of the 7th as the Aces lead this one 8-5.
Koa. Koa Sports in Gaithersburg, Maryland is committed to shaping kids' lives through sports. Koa Sports aims to develop each child to their full potential as an athlete and as a person. They also help your student athlete in the classroom, on the playing field, and anywhere in between. Learn more about Koa Sports at koasports.org. Koa Sports is a proud supporter of your Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Parkview Capital. Parkview Capital believes your financial strategy should reflect more than numbers. It should reflect you. As a trusted investment advisory firm, Parkview Capital partners with individuals and families to build and protect wealth. Parkview Capital personalizes strategies rooted in your values and long-term goals. Whether you're growing your portfolio or preserving a legacy, Parkview Capital crafts a clear, customized path to your financial future, one that evolves with you. Parkview Capital, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. And this is really the last opportunity for the Thunderbolts here, Sam. And game number 1, we'll do it again after the potential of the bottom of the 7th here, or top of the 7th. But Thunderbolts have to get at least 3 runs to keep this one alive.
Yep, Silver Spring-Takoma has a pair of aces to play today with a doubleheader.
Nice.
This ace is looking quite dangerous as Alexandria leads this one 8-5. We're going to enter the final inning of play unless Silver Spring-Takoma can tie or take the lead. And Elijah Grant's going to remain on the mound for Alexandria, and he's just worked wondrously for Alexandria. He has 2 strikeouts, has yet to allow a hit. He's going to look to close things out here with Joey King coming to bat.
Joey King did reach on a walk in his last at-bat, but other than that, he struck out twice, so looking to make his mark in this one so far.
Mason Kelleher on deck. Grant fires in a strike on the top right corner. King does not look to agree with the call.
I thought that was just a little too high, but I'm not an umpire.
The appeal to first. They say King did not go. So it's going to be 1-1 to the righty out of St. Olaf College in Minnesota. Grant's breaking ball just misses outside. Sun is still shining here in Alexandria on the warm 84-degree night. Grant fires in a heater for the second strike. Count now even for King. Waved on and missed. 3rd strikeout of the evening for Joey King.
And the ace is just a pair away in terms of outs of getting this first one.
Yep, the King was no match for the Aces, and now Thunderbolts down to their last 2 outs with Mason Kelleher coming to bat, who just made a spectacular assist over to Gibbs to gun the runner down.
Sometimes the ace is worth more than the king in card games. That was the time there.
Sometimes.
I can't do it like Sam does it, guys. He's too good.
The 1-0 to Kelleher. A rainbow breaking ball. Just misses upstairs. Connor Fricke on deck for the Bolts.
Really, you just need a base runner to start this off for the Thunderbolts.
Swing and a miss from Kelleher. Waved at that fastball. 2-1 with 1 out here in the 7th. As we said, since it's a doubleheader, this will only go 7 innings, so T-Bolts need to cash in here. That one misses. And a count now 3-1 for Kelleher. Let's see what his approach is here. Grant breathes. The wind, the kick, the pitch. A bit of a check swing there, but he's able to foul it off.
I was going to say, yeah, it looked like he tried to hold it back, but it just caught his bat. And that was probably ball 4. I just can't get over how tall the catcher is for the Aces.
Absolutely. Lechenberg makes Connor Fricke look short, folks. That one bounces in the dirt. Ball 4. Kelleher reaches first on a walk. So he reaches base for the 2nd time today, and it will bring up Connor Fricke for the Thunderbolts, who is 1 for 1 with an RBI single.
Lechenberg only appearing to be 6'1" on the roster, but he looks a lot taller than that.
Yeah, perhaps we have a Kevin Durant type of situation.
Yeah,
here.
maybe. Where, if you don't know, Kevin Durant listed as like 6'9" or 10, but he's really 7 foot.
That pitch about 7 inches above the zone. So it'll be a ball to Fricke to start things out.
The Thunderbolts did get that base runner we were talking about, and now it's about adding another. Now we have a ball game.
Fricke chops one through the 5-6 hole. Kelleher moves to second with Fricke on first. Colin Gibbs, no guy you wouldn't want to be up more than this guy. Just been scorching hot as of late. 1 for 2 today with a strikeout, however.
Now the tying run is at the plate. You do only have 2 outs to work with. A double play ends this game. But the Thunderbolts are in this, a 3-run home run right here, and it's a tie game. Of course, easier said than done.
Looks like we have a bit of a tornado of dust coming about on third base. Did you see that,
I
Brian?
was just about to say that.
Perhaps it's a sign from God that a storm is brewing.
Yeah.
From the Thunderbolts. Let's see. Count 1-0 to Gibbs. Grant checks second. The wind, the kick, the pitch. Fouled back to the fence.
Sometimes you don't need rain before the thunder. Sometimes the thunder just comes along.
Thunderbolts looking to spark a rally here, down 8-5 here in game 1 of this doubleheader at Frank Mann Field. The 1-1 from Grant. Bounced and protected by the catcher. Traden Lechenberg, who has done a terrific job today behind the plate, has certainly prevented a couple extra base runners.
And that can be the biggest difference in these Cal Ripken games. Not letting guys advance from one to the next because of a couple pitches that get outside.
Grant's 2-1. Misses high. And yet again, Thunderbolts are ahead in the count. Kelleher, who was up 3-1, advanced on the walk. Let's see what Gibbs can put together with Sam Camacho on deck. That one gets by Lechenberg. However, it is a ball, so Gibbs will take his base. And that will bring up Sam Camacho Jr.
Bases loaded.
And
now it really feels like the possibility's there.
Got to wonder if Grant's starting to wear down a little bit. Again, as we said, a two-way player, not necessarily used to the full pitcher reps. He has gone 1.2 innings thus far, has only surrendered the 1 hit, and that came, of course,
big spot for Camacho. He was in a bases loaded situation for the Thunderbolts not too long ago against, I believe, tracking back, I want to say it was against The Senators, yes. The Senators in the top of the 9th.
He was.
Wasn't able to get the result he wanted, but now he's got another opportunity, this time with another out available.
Grant deals. Breaking ball drops in. Camacho takes all the way, and he's quickly behind 0-1. With Kelleher on third, Fricky at second, and Gibbs on first. Let's see what Camacho can cook up. Camacho hits one deep to left field. Going back, McGinnis, still back, and
Drops.
It's going to drop. In the score comes Kelleher. And here comes Fricky, he scores. Sam Camacho
We got a tie game.
with an RBI double.
He clears the bases. Or no, I guess they're going to send.
Gibbs stays at third, however, the lead is cut down
Wow.
to 1. Aces lead this one 8-7.
Sam Camacho bringing the Miami Heat.
What a hit for Camacho, who, as we said, failed to come through with the bases loaded against Southern Maryland, but cashes in here against the Aces in the 7th.
And that's what we've been waiting to see really all season. We know that Camacho has that in his arsenal. And there it is. It's a brand new ball game. 2 outs to go in the top of this last inning. The Thunderbolts are striking.
Silver Spring-Takoma has re-anteed up against the Aces. Gibbs on third. That will bring up pinch hitter Nolan Kutney. Kutney takes a ball. Looks like he's going to replace Matthew Kim in the 9 hole. Number 14, the righty, with Jonah Acosta on deck. Grant deals. That pitch is well above the zone, and Kutney quickly ahead 2-0 for the T-Bolts.
And he's just got the most confident look on his face. He's just staring dead at Grant here.
Kutney ready to rock and roll. Count 2-0. Grant delivers. That one just misses the breaking ball this time.
What do you think? You think you give him the green light here?
In this scenario, personally, I would not, but then again, what do I know?
You do have second and third.
Kutney does take a strike, so no green light there. Camacho on second, Gibbs on third. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Once again, game 1 of a doubleheader. These games are shortened to 7 innings. Grant deals, and Kutney takes ball 4. Fastball runs inside, and that will bring up Jonah Acosta. 2 for 4 on the day with a strikeout.
Well, I mentioned the Miami Heat brought from Camacho, and now potential for Miami Vice. We could have 2 Miami heroes here in Alexandria, Virginia. And if Acosta's able to get a hit here, that could take the lead for the Thunderbolts.
So do you think Jonah is Sonny and Sam is Rico, or
I think
other
so.
way around?
Maybe we can ask him. But the Miami boys, the potential to turn this game around for the Thunderbolts. This was a 3-run game coming into the top of the 7th final inning, and now, just like that, it's 7-8. And Jonah Acosta's got a chance to take this game into the Thunderbolts' hands.
The sun is shining here in Alexandria, and the T-Bolt offense is starting to bloom here in the 7th. They're going to leave Elijah Grant in there to face Acosta. Grant, who looks so he looked quite stellar in the previous 2 innings, has began to struggle against this stifling T-Bolts offense. And you can almost just feel the momentum shift here in Alexandria. We're in a historic city, as you know. T-Bolts looking to pull off a historic comeback.
And I call this city home. It would be great to see this one in Alexandria.
Grant bends a breaking ball in there for a strike. So Acosta quickly behind 1-0, 0-1, excuse me. Gibbs on third, Camacho on second. Jonah jumps on it, and it is fouled back to the screen. So Acosta quickly behind 0-2. You hear Josh Erd in the dugout saying, "What up, Jay?" Jay looking to avoid the K.
No, he's not kidding.
Grant delivers. This one is hit near the Aces bullpen, but it's going to ultimately travel foul.
Good fight there from Acosta, and if Acosta is able to get a hit here, Camacho being Dwayne Wade and Acosta being LeBron off the backboard. Miami boys. Huge spot for 1-2.
Is the lefty the good luck charm? The 0-2 from Grant. This one is hit off the middle. It is a base hit for Acosta. Scoring is Gibbs. Rounding third is Camacho. He will score. It's a 9-8. Thunderbolts lead.
And the leading run, Sam Camacho Jr. from Miami, and the man who brings it in, the Miami man, that really was Dwayne Wade off the backboard to LeBron James to slam it down. We got some 2013 heat, and it is scorching right now for these Thunderbolts. Just like that, it's 9-8.
The lefty was able to laser one up the middle to score 2 runs and put the Thunderbolts up 1 with 1 out here in the 7th. Kutney on second, Acosta on first. Grant remains in the ballgame and will face Cameron Baker, who was 1 for 4 today with an RBI and a strikeout.
Are you not entertained? What a game. 4 runs in the top of this 7th final inning.
Baker laces one, and it gets through the 6-5 hole. Rounding third is Kutney. He comes in to score. It's a 10-8 T-Bolt lead. Cam able to bake one to left field. He is cooking.
Baker, I hardly know her. And Grant has given up 5 runs in this top of the 7th. It's been all Thunderbolts ever since the 3 runs given up in the bottom of the 6th. And no one saw this one coming.
Not at all. And Pegues is looking to pile it on. 1 for 4 on the day with a strikeout. Acosta on second. Baker on first. Grant deals. Strike drops in there. So that is Grant's 5th earned run allowed so far today. Also has 3 strikeouts and has issued 3 walks. Ace is still confident, leaving him in there. As Pegues loops this one to center field, it drops in. They will hold the runner at third. Third base coach Skip Eckert not looking to risk it. Pegues loads the bases for the Bolts. Still 1 out here in the 7th.
And this is unbelievable. I mean, I think for the Aces, you're thinking about game number 2, and you're thinking about not using as many arms as possible. But the Thunderbolts just taking full advantage. And Grant, who was looking so strong, Elijah Grant, was just so close to 2 innings pitched with no runs given up, has now given up, 5. And bases are loaded. This could really get crazy.
The Thunderbolts have pulled out a new deck of cards against the Aces as Puval fouls that one off. Griffin Puval is pinch hitting for Joey King. Puval, who drew the game-winning walk against the Gaithersburg Giants a couple days ago, and the Thunderbolts' 3rd win of the season. Puval looking to punish Grant here. Count 0-1. That one gets by.
They are going to call it a foul ball.
It looked like it grazed just the end of Puval's bat and hit the backstop.
That could have been another run potentially. if it didn't hit Poole just barely on the bat. Griffin Poole, who had that walk-off walk just a few nights ago, has a chance to cement this lead.
Poole takes one upstairs. That one near his shoulders, and now count stands at 1-2 for the righty. A senior out of Rider University, D1 institution. Grant Brenza breaking ball, and did that hit him?
It did.
It did. So Acosta will mosey on over home. Griffin Poole with the RBI hit by pitch. And the Thunderbolt lead has bloomed to 11-8 here in the 7th. So you saw after the second pitch of the at-bat nearly hit him, it just tipped his bat. Poole gets plunked on the hand. And the Aces are going to talk things over here.
And Grant, just after 2 perfect innings, disaster struck for him. And his day is finally done, but not before giving up 6 with the potential of more earned runs.
Tough situation for Grant, obviously, as we said, had a picture-perfect first 2 innings in his performance. However, the Thunderbolts really jumped on him here in the 7th to score 6 unanswered runs. In case you're just tuning in, we're going to give you a little breakdown of what's gone on here in Game 1 of this doubleheader here in Alexandria. In the second inning, T-Bolts took a quick 2-0 lead, which was followed by the Alexandria run in the second inning. However, Thunderbolts were able to add 2 more in the 4th thanks to a Sam Camacho double. And then in the 4th, the Aces scored 4 runs to lead at 5-4, which was answered by a Thunderbolt run in the 5th. And in the 6th, the Aces really piled things on with 3 runs. It looked like they were going to put things away, but the Thunderbolts have bounced back in just a spectacular way here in the 7th, scoring 6 runs and still only 1 out remaining.
I mean, just think about it from this perspective. In an 8-5 game with just 1 more chance at bat to finish the game, the Thunderbolts dug deep and put together 6 runs. Not only did they come back down 3 with only 1 more opportunity, but they doubled that, and now they're up 3. Just unbelievable stuff. And they only, like you said, have 1 out. They have a possibility of really stretching this lead and making the relief job, the closing job, just that much easier for the Thunderbolts. And taking this first game on the road would just be huge. Still got to play that second one that will be coming shortly. But what a fun first night so far. I think this was probably one of the best games we've seen so far this season, just in general for entertainment. Back and forth all the way. The Thunderbolts look like they're in control early, 4-1. Aces take an 8-5 lead, and now it's been all Thunderbolts. And who knows if we have even more crazy stuff planning in the bottom of the 7th, but it's been all Thunderbolts, and they still have chances here. New pitcher on the mound.
Finn Patrick, the pitcher for the Aces, as Kelleher takes the ball upstairs. Patrick, who attends Rhodes College, native of Nashville, Tennessee. Kelleher takes a strike downstairs. Kelleher, of course, had the immaculate assist over to Gibbs a couple innings ago behind the plate. He's going to look to do damage at the dish now. Runners on first and second. Excuse me, the bases are actually loaded. Pardon me. Baker on third, Pegues on second. And Puvo on first as Kelleher takes a pitch inside.
And I'll say it again, this has just been such an amazing game. Back and forth for the neutral fan. Surely a fun one for either of these fans. Stressful.
Fans here at Frank Mann Field have gotten their money's worth. That is if they paid for a ticket.
I mean, especially if you're able to see a 2-for-1, 2 games in one night. Doesn't get any better than that.
Aces came into this one 8-7. Thunderbolts currently stand at 3-10. How big a win this would be for the Bolts. Patrick deals. And Kelleher brings another run across.
Unreal.
A bases loaded RBI walk for Mason Kelleher. In to score comes Gibbs. Excuse me, that is Baker who came in to score. And Mason Kelleher added another run to put the T-Bolts up by 4.
And I was told out in left field by someone at this game that Baker was getting,
As this one is popped, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Connor Fricky. Pegues scores. In comes Puvel. And Fricky with a 2 RBI single.
oh my goodness.
That happened in the blink of an eye. Oh my goodness.
I mean, this is just insane. 9 runs in the inning for the Thunderbolts in the last inning of the game. What a statement by the Thunderbolts. They're sick of losing these close games, and they showed it right now. 6-1 cushion now.
We can't even keep up with the action, folks. Connor Fricky able to pulverize that pitch through the 5-6 hole to score both Pegues and Puvel. And so Kelleher stands at third with Fricky on first. And into bat now comes Colin Gibbs for the second time around this inning. In his first at-bat in the 7th, Gibbs worked a walk on a 3-1 count.
And I was going to say earlier before I was interrupted by that 2 RBI single, Cameron Baker in left field was getting chirped at by the bullpen guys for the Aces, I was told.
Was he?
And they were saying all different types of crazy stuff, and he was able, as he walked home, to make some gestures to them as he went to the dugout.
Fricky takes off for second. That ball gets by Lechenberg. Bounced off his protective padding and rolled down the first base line. So Fricky is able to coast into second base. And as we said, the Thunderbolts have put up more runs in this inning than the Aces have all game.
Truly insane. It looked like the Thunderbolts were in and out of this game.
Silver Spring-Takoma has been stifling. The 2-2 from Patrick. Fouled off the foot of Gibbs.
I mean, I remember mentioning when the lead got to 8-5, when they scored the 8th run, I said it'd be like climbing a mountain going from 7 to 8, just because of how big of a difference it would be to get 3 runs in one inning. And they've got triple that amount. They've had 9. Just unreal, an anomaly.
This inning kicked off with a Joey King strikeout, but after Mason Kelleher walked, it seemed like the only spark the Thunderbolts needed. As Gibbs hits one to center field, it's going to be a base hit. In to score comes Kelleher. Rounding third is Fricky. He will score.
Oh my goodness.
And Colin Gibbs joins the fun with a 2 RBI single of his own.
And the scoreboard here is now glitched because you can't put 2 numbers on the board. It is 11 total runs, but it just looks like a 1.
The Thunderbolts have broken baseball, folks.
Truly insane. We've seen a couple of games like this go the opposite way of the Thunderbolts, where teams get around 10 runs. But they've put it back together and shown this league what they're capable of. This is the type of hitting they did in that first matchup they played against them.
So 16-8 T-Bolts. They have doubled down on the Aces' lead. And Sam Camacho, who really ignited this run with the 2 RBI double earlier in this inning, will step back to the plate. And the count to him is now 2-2.
And I really just want to highlight this game from Camacho. He's just been waiting for a night like this at the plate. He's 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs tonight. Just insane stuff from the third baseman. Glad to see it all come together.
Camacho takes a strike. Camacho coming in this one batting only 156, but he's had a spectacular day. As Brian alluded to, 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Waves at that one. And Camacho down on strikes. And it's crazy to say, but that's only the second out of the inning.
Absolutely ridiculous to say.
And it will bring back Nolan Kutney, who previously pinched hit for Matthew Kim, worked a walk.
Well, you never thought you would hit twice in one inning as a pinch hitter. Just think about how crazy that sounds.
Yeah, you usually think you're one and done, but not today as Kutney takes a strike.
And at some point, he's going to have to play some defense for the Thunderbolts, but it seems like we have no idea when that might happen.
Kutney puts a drive into this one. It is going to fall for a center field base hit. Another hit for the Bolts here in the 7th. So Gibbs advances to second. Kutney stands at first. Big smile on his face as the sun is shining here in Alexandria.
And it seems like the sun is starting to shine on this Thunderbolts baseball team season. They've really put together so many impressive performances recently. 2 of them only going their way, though, on the win-loss sheet, but they've been a totally different team. And I'm just loving what I'm seeing. This just looks like a renewed team. It does not look like the bottom of the standings Thunderbolts.
Jonah Acosta, who had the RBI single earlier this inning, was able to drive in Camacho and Gibbs, is back to bat. He has the chance to potentially score Gibbs again. The lefty looks and takes a strike. And that pitch runs upstairs. It's going to put the count at 1-2. And for Finn Patrick, he has thus far surrendered 3 hits, issued 1 walk, and has struck out 1 as well. That strikeout coming to Camacho just a moment ago. And Acosta takes strike 2, count now even to the left-hander out of Miami.
We were talking about great performances. Acosta with another 3-hit day. 3 for 5, 2 RBIs.
Patrick's pitch. Upstairs. That one rung up near the hands. The count now full for Jonah.
I think the only guy in this Thunderbolts lineup to have multiple 3-hit games.
Well, Acosta does not get a hit, but he does draw the walk to load the bases once again for the T-Bolts. And it has been a bludgeoning here in the 7th inning. So Acosta will jog to first. Kutney stands at second. And Gibbs is at third base. And it brings up Cameron Baker. Baker takes a ball. The 1-0 to Baker just clips the zone. That pitch a bit inside, but the umpire rules it a strike. Gabe Pegues on deck for the Thunderbolts. As we said before, one of the most dangerous bats on this team. Baker takes one inside. And you gotta think about the wear and tear on Lechenberg's legs right now. I mean, this has been a long, long inning.
Right. It's not easy to catch in this league.
That pitch once again inside. The fastball makes Baker moves his arms out of the way. Once again, Gibbs on third, Kutney on second, and Acosta on first. Patrick's pitch. This one is chopped up the middle for a base hit. In to score comes Gibbs. Rounding third comes Kutney. He will score. Acosta moves to third. It's a 2 RBI single for Cam Baker. And the T-Bolt lead is up to 10 here in the 7th. 18-8 is your score here in Alexandria.
Unreal. I can't believe what I'm watching, genuinely.
I think you said that about 5 times, Brian.
I have,
but
I can't.
We're really inadequacy of language, I suppose. That's what we learned in English class back in high school.
Doing a radio broadcast, having to describe what is going on, it's undescribable.
Yeah. And apologies that we couldn't get
runs.
Apologies we couldn't get a video to you today, folks. I mean, this was the case on June 15th against Alexandria when Thunderbolts won 20-0. Of course, this game still has yet to finish. But it has just been a slugfest here in this 7th inning as Pegues fouls off the first pitch.
And I mean, if you were telling me at the end of the 7th inning that the Thunderbolts were 2 runs away from their 20-0 run, I wouldn't believe you.
There goes Baker. Not even a throw. So Acosta at third, Baker at second. Pegues has an even count at 1-1 as the sun is starting to set here in Alexandria. Griffin Pouvel on deck. And before the game, of course, Griffin Roussel, the starting pitcher today, said that this is the closest knit team in the Cal Ripken League, he believes. And you're really seeing the team chemistry just meld so well here in this 7th.
Right, and, you know, although at this point you have a huge cushion, because we're playing a doubleheader today, this is going to help carry into the second game, for sure.
No doubt about it. Patrick's pitch. That one bounces and hits the helmet to Lechenberg. Acosta comes in to score as that pitch gets by the catcher. And it is 19-8 T-Bolts. Pitch by Patrick bounced right in front of the catcher Lechenberg, hit right off his helmet. And that play right there has basically summed it up for the Aces in this 7th. Patrick needs to record the final out nonetheless. The 1-2. Waved on and missed, but no, it was not tipped. Pegues will head back to the dugout, but not before an absolute monstrous inning from the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. 13 runs, 9 hits, 2 left on base. No, that is not fake. That actually happened.
Unreal. Finn Family Group. Den Metcalf has long been a supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Now he's at a new location, the Finn Family Group of Perennial Real Estate. If you want to find that perfect home in the perfect community, the Finn Family Group is for you. The Finn Family Group believes in community, and they bring that sense of community when working with clients to find homes in the Silver Spring-Takoma Park area. Call them today at 301-450-6999. The Finn Family Group, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Athletic House. Athletic House on 18952 Bonanza Way in Gaithersburg is a promotional product distributor making mugs, pens, and t-shirts for advertisers. The Athletic House can supply your company with every possible promotional product from 3,000 suppliers. With so many ad specialties available, Athletic House can help leave a lasting impression with your customers. They will create long-lasting relationships with your clients. Athletic House, a proud supporter of the Silver Spring-Takoma Thunderbolts. Let's take a breath.
Let's take a breath indeed.
What an inning we just covered.
I mean, the the Thunderbolts just kept on doubling down on the aces in that 7th inning. Of course, the inning kicked off with a Joey King strikeout, and things were not looking too great for the T-Bolts, but once again, once Kelleher worked that walk, the rest was history, I guess. I mean, history is still being written as Wade Hartrick will come in to close things out and try to seal the deal here in the 7th. Hartrick, of course, made an appearance yesterday against Olney. He was able to pick up a key 2 outs in the 8th of that one. 2 pop-outs those were. As this one is hit to the right side, it's going to be a base hit. Jack Warner able to reach base for the 3rd time today. And that will bring up Schraden Lechenberg, who had a bit of a laborious 7th inning behind the plate. Got to wonder how that's affecting the knees here as he steps in with a runner on first and no outs. Aces trail this one by 11. Hartrick, the sophomore out of University of Chicago. First pitch. Breaking ball is in there for a strike. And, you know, I was able to talk with Hartrick yesterday after T-Bolt's 5-3 loss, and he said something he's trying to do this year, or trying to work on, I should say, is to be more like a thermostat and not a thermometer out there.
I like that.
Quite an interesting metaphor.
Never heard that before.
He said that's something he and Coach Ryan Mariani have been working on quite a lot, that no matter what happens out there, even if he lets a leadoff guy get on like he just did there, he's going to try to remain at 65 degrees, room temperature, maybe just a little chilly. Thunderbolts have certainly been hot today, but Hartrick's going to look to remain chilly as Lechenberg takes a ball upstairs, count now 1-2 for the lefty catcher.
And as I was saying, although you can't take some of these runs from this game and bring it into the second game, still huge to try to get that momentum swing from the first game to the second. And a great end to this inning for the Thunderbolts.
And Hartrick
make that possible.
Hartrick rings Lechenberg up on strikes, got him with the pitch upstairs. Did not look like he agreed with the call.
Hartrick, great bounce back, as you said, staying level-headed.
Not getting too psyched out even after letting the leadoff guy reach, as that will bring up Noah Harvey, who is 1 for 3 today, with the RBI single that came earlier as he takes a strike. And the Thunderbolt dugout cheering on Hartrick, as they have done with their teammates all day. As we said, the chemistry has been off the charts for Silver Spring-Takoma as of late. Harvey fouls that one back to the parking lot. Hopefully no cars are harmed.
It's crazy how fast this first game was going until it just wasn't. It's almost been 3 hours since we started this ball game. We still have one more to go.
It's almost like the Thunderbolts were playing blackjack and said, hold on, let's play some Texas Hold'em. Let's change things up.
There's another one.
See Hartrick laughing on the mound. I think he heard my joke.
He must have. That's why he's laughing.
Harvey behind in the count, 1-2. Hartrick deals.
Oh.
That one just misses the zone.
Wow.
Looked like he might have gotten the top right corner, but home plate umpire says otherwise. So with Warner on first, count now 2-2 for Harvey. Harvey fouls off yet another one.
And there go the kids to try to get the ball for a free concession.
Harvey, the rising sophomore at the University of Richmond, native of Cinnaminson, New Jersey. Teammates with T-Bolt's pitcher Christian Dre at Richmond. As Hartrick fires a pitch well above the zone that Killer has to reach up to grab.
You know, me and Dre at some point this season got to talk A10. being no more than 3 miles away from each other on our campuses. I gotta see what he's got to say.
Harvey sends a high fly ball into foul territory. Freaky makes the catch on the first base line. And there are 2 away here for the T-Bolts. And they are 1 out away from stapling this just stupendous comeback.
That was great sportsmanship as the run to first base. A little bit in the base paths was Jack Warner, as Fricky had to make that catch in the base pass. And he's like, hey, man, didn't want to hit you. And he's like, hey, you're all good, man. You love to see stuff like that.
Of course, we saw a gnarly collision between Caleb Sturdivant and Southern Maryland Senator the other day.
That's exactly why I brought that up, just because of
how
be careful brutal that can be, yeah.
Got to be careful on the base pass. Hartrick deals. That pitch is below the zone. Count now goes to 2-0 on Ricky Barnes, who's 0 for 2 today. Pitch runs outside. Barnes, the lefty, wearing number 3 today. Looking to get his first hit in such a crucial position. Hartrick finds the zone after falling behind 3-0.
It's a great bounce back pitch. Just need one more out here for Hartrick.
And Barnes is going to draw a walk. That pitch just above the zone. And Barnes flips the bat, heads to first. He'll move Harvey over to second. And coming to bat is Brad Larson, who is 2 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Larson had the RBI single back in the bottom of the 4th, as well as a single that scored Barnes in the bottom of the 6th. Larson hits one, and Gibbs steps on second. And that will do it here in Alexandria. After trailing 8-5 heading into the 7th inning, the Thunderbolts completely flipped the script, put up 14 runs, and claimed this 19-8 win here in Game 1 of this doubleheader at Frank Mann Field.
What a bounce-back win for the Thunderbolts, much needed. They've now won 3 of their last 5, or 3 of their last 6, one of those 2. But just in general, their 4th win of the season, they improved to 4-10. And they have an opportunity here to stack wins. And they haven't done it all season. They haven't stacked 2 in a row. But because of this doubleheader, because of the momentum they just got together, if they can get 2 here, huge for the momentum of the rest of the season. But great team win. Everybody did their part. And everybody really got on base for the Thunderbolts. It seemed like it was just unreal. Connor Fricky, 3 for 3. Cameron Baker, 3 for 6. Acosta, 3 for 5. Multiple guys with 3 hits in this ball game. Just a dominant performance hitting from the Thunderbolts tonight.
Fricky has certainly found his sweet spot against the Aces, has remained perfect. Of course, went 2 for 2 on June 15th, went 3 for 3 today with 3 RBIs. And on the pitching side, Griffin Roussel allowed 5 runs to start it out, but you know, Aiden Watts came in to relieve him, allowed 0 runs, followed up by Noah Tofan, who allowed the 3. Overall pitching for the T-Bolts, they were able to strike out 4. And for Silver Spring-Takoma, they will look to build off this big win in Game 2. First pitch was originally scheduled for 7 p.m., but
didn't quite make it there.
Didn't quite make it there, as we had a very prolonged 7th inning. But nonetheless, T-Bolts take this one 19-8. Be sure to tune in to this broadcast for game number 2. with Brian Alves and Patrick Moran on the call to start things out. I will jump back in. We thank you all for tuning in to this absolute thriller here in Alexandria. Along with Brian Alves, I'm Sam Bergstrom. We'll see you in about half an hour.